with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as chat's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's sound mature for all to enjoy, like fresh when you're, but I feel sure he ran through to feel so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His supports us also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. We're sticked up across the board, we charge the war because the score can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch it creep, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why is sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machine. He's not in burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if our true fans chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bike, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of clawless cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that tits done well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor it's a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Pre-stream's nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil's delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Monday the 5th of May 2025. May this, Revenge of the Sith, or Revenge of the 5th, whatever, or Cinco de Mayo, or VED. I mean, today is actually a lot of things, in the grand scheme of things, also daft little things like, the day after May the 4th be with you, Star Wars reference, Revenge of the 5th, kind of funny. Cinco de Mayo, celebrated around the world, 5th of May, big occasion as well. But also it is VED, Victory in Europe Day. It is the 80th anniversary of the Allies accepting the surrender of Germany in the Second World War. 80 years ago today is when the Allied forces of UK, France, USA as well, they all accepted Germany's unconditional surrender. So yeah, a big day all around essentially, very, very well. Say in different places in Europe celebrate that in different ways, whether it's like you're celebrating either the thing being signed or you're celebrating your own country being liberated from that occupation of Germany, so but Cinco de Mayo as well, big that's all say. It's generally, I think Cinco de Mayo trumps Revenge of the 5th. But Cinco de Mayo and the 80th anniversary of the surrender of the Germans in World War II. Yeah, I'd say it's a level, kind of level in terms of popularity. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're enjoying your Monday so far. I've had a pretty good Monday, personally. I just had I got to take, I didn't have to work today. It's a bank holiday today in the UK, which means I got to basically not have to worry about work. I had a long lie, fucking glorious long lie. It's a beautiful day as well. Managed to get a few errands done or whatever, as well. Got the washing all done and hung out to dry, and lovely stuff, preparing myself for a busy week ahead, as I get back to work tomorrow and catch up on all the fucking crap I fucking had to, didn't get to do today. Phil Burnell, by the way, speaking of, people, getting back to work later than usual, there is no sign of DSP whatsoever in this chat. He's not on Kick, he's not on YouTube, he is nowhere to be seen, and as far as I'm aware, he's just nowhere in general. Oh, look at that, Jesus Christ, what a okay. But if we search on Phil's Twitter, has he got any tweets or posts saying nothing? So who knows where Phil is? All I know, but he's not in his chat right now, he's not in his stream, he's not on Kick, he's not on YouTube, so where did the Phil go? Who knows? Anyway, a couple of wee clips here, to show you guys. So we've got a couple of things from that from Twitter to show you from various different people, just highlighting Phil's stupidity and hypocrisy. And then I'm going to watch a Snort Benell compilation as well from his night stream antics of playing Call of Duty. So yeah, we're going to talk forward to. First of all, clip here from Fronny. Fronny says wage quitting. So Phil said about wage quitting before, never happened, detractor meme. And then he kind of retconned that by saying wage quits are a lifeblood of his business. Yeah, Phil completed a 180 on the whole wage quit thing, compared to how he referred to him back in the day. This is how Phil used to address the term wage quit.
Rush Gun, see, that's never even happened. He says, if you play games because you love them, why do you wage quit a game if it doesn't rake in the tips? First of all, wage quit is an actual detractor term that's meant to be insulting because it's not actually factual. It's based on their bullshit and their slander. How many games was I playing? I said, man, I'm just never playing this game ever again because I don't make any money playing it. I want you to actually go look at how many games that was the case. I quit games when I'm bored with them, or I feel like there's other things going on that I'd rather be doing, or I just hate the game.
If I wage quit something, what's wrong with that? Can anyone actually explain? Am I supposed to just endlessly do things no one wants and then make no reciprocating income because of it and go out of business? Is that the right thing to do? Or is that the insanely stupid brainless thing to do that an idiot would do?
Rush Gun.
Yeah, so it's funny how Phil's complete narrative and that thing changes within a span of, like, you know, that was from August 2021. Phil says that the wage quit thing was a detractor meme. Fast forward to, you know, 2024, 2025, and Phil was like, who cares about wage quit? I'm running a business. Here is a quote from Phil Burnell from last night. A literal quote from DSP from last night. I have never had gluten-free pasta. I'm Italian, so there's actually no such thing as non-gluten pasta. If you're eating something that doesn't have gluten in it, it's not pasta, it's a fake imitation. So there you go, alright. So apparently, apparently if you're eating gluten-free pasta, you're not actually eating pasta, and it's an imitation. That's a factual statement coming from the proper Italian person right there. Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck? Oh, he's so stupid. Unbelievably stupid.
Be transparent.
What's he saying here? Fuck me. We missed this from the podcast. We managed to skip this thing from the podcast, which is fucking a blessing. Phil saying, why play a simulator when you can do it in real life? This is coming from the same guy who's constantly trying to find ways to fish in video games. Play, you know, Minecraft or Bassmaster or whatever, you know what I mean? He'll fish in video games if he's able to, but he won't do it in real life.
Alright, let me be transparent with you guys, alright? I understand sim games, okay, when they aren't actually just a plain sim. Like, for example, Power Wash Simulator is fun because not only is it kind of cathartic and relaxing to clean things with a power washer, but also it's got some quirky stuff, it's got a story, it's got interesting stuff going on, right? The reason that Power Wash Simulator is good is because it's a fantasy setting plus it's you doing something relaxing in a simulation setting. If you're just simulating something that is actually like a job, why is that? Why would you want to do that? Why don't you just go do the job and get paid for it? Like, if this game is literally simulating how to drive a truck and deliver cargo, why don't you just go do that and receive a paycheck for it? That was a get.
Coping Xbox fan tipped £1.
Jeez.
Long live the 360 days. Xbox hardware is cooked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was talking to someone about this actually before the stream about the as a big prominent title going to PlayStation 5 now from, you know, so I mean it's kind of further cementing the demise of the Xbox as a console, it seems, you know. And I had an Xbox 360. I was a Sony fanboy essentially. I had a PlayStation 1, I had a PlayStation 2, and I could have got a PS3, but instead I went and gave Xbox a chance. I gave the Microsoft franchise a chance. So I went to the Xbox 360, and I didn't regret it. I really enjoyed the Xbox 360. Now, I don't know how good or bad the PS3 was as a console, but all I know is that I really enjoyed the Xbox 360. Not as much as I enjoyed the PS2. The PS2 is the best console ever, in my opinion. But the 360 though was a fantastic experience for gamers. It was something also different. It broke the kind of mold as well, where, you know what I mean, it was a really good console to enjoy. But also fast forward to current day, and yeah, like I'm not an expert in the fucking gaming industry in general or whatever, but I feel like as time has gone on, PC gaming has become more and more popular. PC gaming has become more and more, you know, it just seems to be kind of more demand for PC gaming, and that was always going to conflict with Microsoft because obviously, as well as being the guys that are responsible for building computers, most people game on PCs. They don't fucking game on Macs usually. It's usually a PC people fucking game on. But also Microsoft's own Xbox console as well as fucking PCs. So there seems to be a conflict of interest there. As time goes on, because PC gaming's on the rise and more popularity, more demand for it. And I don't know, that's just my take on it. I mean, I might be also miles off it, but that's the way I see it, as time's gone on. Microsoft are always going to kind of, be forced into decisions trying to prioritise one over the other, and PCs were always going to be a priority over the Xbox. If Microsoft had to choose one to prioritise, the PC is definitely the one that's going to win that every single fucking time. But there you go. Warren says you did not know how to use the Xbox right. You replace a hard drive and then you burn your games from the disc directly onto the internal hard drive. I had an Xbox before 450 games built in. Jesus Christ. It's a lot of games. I too, it's not an Xbox thing, but I too used to play pirated games on my PlayStation. It's something to do with, I don't know how exactly it works. You took your console to someone to get it chipped, however, you know what I mean? And it's a strange thing where you put a normal game in at first, right? And then you open up the disc tray, and it involves some sort of fucking gamer cheat card thing as well in the back of the console. You know what I mean? You can't just put it in the back or whatever. But there's a strange thing where there's a spring as well. It's hard to explain this. It's a long time ago for me, but it's like a wee spring as well. It was in the PlayStation console, so when you opened it up, it still thought it was on and not open, if that makes sense. And that way, you could load up your you could then swap the discs and put in your pirated game, and that would load instead. So yeah, I got a bunch of games on cheap because I just went and got the pirated versions because I got a PlayStation chips because I'm a cheap bastard. But yeah, I mean, what do you expect though? I'm somebody that's I grew up going to the fucking bars once a month I went to the bars, which is in the East End of Glasgow, which is like a weekend, like a shop. So if you ever watched Only Fools and Horses, it's kind of like the Glasgow version of that. Of like just like, street market kind of shit, you know what I mean? But people selling all these dodgy shit or whatever, not exactly the most things that fell off a fucking truck or things that were just fucking created unofficially, things like that. Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, anyway, long story short, my take is, of course, that PCs were always going to be a priority for Microsoft over Xbox consoles. The Xbox done well for a good while, but has the Xbox got a future anymore? I don't know. I mean, how do you make the Xbox prominent and relevant when the PC is also quite a relevant? It's not just a console war. When the Xbox came out at first, whatever, and tried to compete with Sony, the PC gaming side of things wasn't really a massive factor. These days it is though. So I don't know I don't know what Microsoft can do to try and compete, if they can, if it's even worth trying to make Xbox relevant anymore. It might just be a case where they might be better off just prioritising combining the Xbox into PC side of things and just making really powerful gaming PCs and top of things, and never mind the Xbox console anymore. I don't know, but who knows?
Gets me about these simulation games sometimes when they're so serious of a simulator. I don't get it. How is that fun? If it were fun, why would it be a job that you get paid for? The whole idea of work is that it's probably something that's arduous, time-consuming, possibly physically challenging, mentally challenging, emotionally challenging, right? It drains you, but because you're doing this work, you're getting paid for it, and you make a living, right? Why would you pay money to buy a simulator game to do work that you don't get paid for?
Personally, I have Euro Truck Simulator. I've never played a Megan Truck Simulator, although I think I'd be interested in doing it. But you gotta bear in mind as well, this is not a one-to-one recreation of the fucking map sizes of the world compared to the game. Like, when you're playing these games, these truck simulator games, it's smaller versions, like in the routes as well. Yes, it'll take you a while to drive to places, but it's not the same as the real world in terms of how long it'll take to fucking get there. They're condensed to a degree to fucking make it more playable as a game. But I enjoy playing Euro Truck Simulator sometimes because it's nice to fucking just... It's a nice way to just unwind. You know? It's nice to... It's you know, to me, I just find it relaxing. You know, but then again, like, maybe I'm a bit biased because... Oh, never mind.
Ghost of Derridge tipped £1. Are you suggesting that I can load up some naughty media on a disc?
Oh, for God's sake. No, that's not what I'm fucking saying. No! Derek having to fucking ruin, you know, having to ruin the moment and trying to kind of pervert, you know, or, you know, positive gaming experience from back in the day. What was I saying? Oh yeah, actually, thank you, Ghost of Derek, for the tip. But my old man, bless his wee fucking soul, he was a truck driver for many a year, and that sometimes went with him. Like he didn't drive in Europe, but he mainly in Scotland, occasionally in England, you know. So I'd go with him sometimes, you know. If I didn't have a school that day or whatever, you know what I mean, I'd go with him, and he would fucking take me on like, you know, long journey, so driving a truck full of stuff, whatever, from, you know, Glasgow to, sometimes we'd be going up north to like places like Peterhead or whatever, and sometimes we'd be going down south to like Carlisle, Newcastle, whatever, you know. But I enjoyed the experience of like just being on the road or whatever and just like delivering this stuff, you know what I mean. And it's like you see some new places, whatever, you know what I mean. And it's something, playing the game it's quite relaxing to just kind of just get into that sort of thing. It's a good way to unwind playing these sort of games. It's not very challenging, like, and it's fun. You know, I personally found it fucking fun, but Phil, though, it's like, why do something if you can get paid in real life for it? Like, Phil, for God's sake, you know, he misses the concept of why people enjoy sort of games. I know he fucking does. And that's a fantastic fucking point, Agent 00 Soul. Excellent fucking point. This is the same guy that fucking played Flight Simulator for the longest fucking time. Until it stopped making money.
I don't understand it. I don't get it. Anyway, I don't know. I think this would be boring as dirt, no? Again, I'm not against it. There's a demo that we could try.
See, I was close to playing, so I was going to do some Euro Truck Sim. I was very close to doing this ages ago, okay? I was going to have... I can't mind what video it was. There's a video. There's some very long thing that Phil done a video on. I think it was him reacting to something. You know, like this is before the Jude and the King documentary stuff. Whatever. I think it was him reacting to Howard and Rambo, that thing, you know, that video. And I was going to have it be so I'm driving in Euro Truck Simulator while that is playing on the screen as well. So it's like I'm watching this on the road or whatever, and just like talking to you guys while I'm driving in like Euro Truck Simulator. See, that idea almost happened, and I kind of thought to myself, oh, I don't know. Never got around to fucking doing it, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's just kind of one of those kind of things where it's like, it's something I've very nearly done as content, where you can actually fucking have, you can have something fucking playing, and you can talk about something that's playing while you're driving and playing the game, whatever. You're talking to your audience while you're driving about in the game. About something that's kind of is relevant to fucking talk about, you know, like a wee video you're playing on the screen for your audience. But Phil doesn't get it though.
But I feel like this would be super boring. Just driving a truck around delivering cargo? What's the point? I guess I'll leave it in there for now.
So yeah, I think it's one of the options actually. I think it is one of the options for him to play. I may be wrong, but I think that game is one of the options in his list of his polls. Speaking of, is he here yet? Has he arrived? Oh yeah, he is. Looks like Phil's arrived on stream. What did he say? Did he explain why I was late? Hold on a second. Good morning, so he was late. So good morning all, set up now, and then just fucking did nothing else. So what was this about UK? Bank holiday Monday in the UK, we are all off work and free. And Phil's like, oh really? Didn't know that about the UK. Like, Phil, why would you have to fucking know that? Why would you care? I guess there's not. Why is that relevant and interesting to Phil in any sort of fucking way? Wait, there's why. Cool. Maybe some extra viewers on Blueprints then. Interesting podcast today. We have some game news to cover. Fuck me, hooray for that. Oh, hooray for that. We got some game news to enjoy. Isn't that fucking glorious, guys? Jesus. Hey, one more little clip here. This is an old clip here. This is from Real Dashfire and on Twitter. DSP a couple years ago talking about support, positive versus negative reinforcement, then compares it like he is their boss and he is motivating them. I need to see this. It's been a wee while since I've seen this sort of clip, but it rings a bell.
Okay, so now, to end the stream, direct comparison. Fun, interactive stream, people having fun. Yes, people were trolling me. You roll with it. You have fun. You make the best of it. I'm playing a game I don't even like, but we're having fun. We're interacting. We're having a good, positive stream. People tend to step up and contribute when they're having a good time. Versus a stream where I could have just been sitting here and been like, ew, you're poor and you're not subbing because you're a cheapskate and a cheap ass and you're ripping me off because you're watching my stuff and you're not subbing to my channel. Do you see the difference? Do you see how much more fun a positive atmosphere is versus a negative reinforcement atmosphere? It's positive reinforcement atmosphere, negative reinforcement atmosphere. Completely different situations. It's actually very similar to the workplace. A boss who gives positive reinforcements to his employees for doing things and rewards them for doing things well, versus someone who negatively reinforces and chastises and yells and threatens. It's different. When you're feeling good and positive, you want to have more fun, you want to contribute, you want that stream to continue because you had a good time on it. Do you think anyone on a stream where they're getting talked down to is having a good time? Of course not. And that's not the kind of stream that I want to create.
Bruh.
Spartan King cheered. He said, Derek's wondering, what would you say are your favorite Disney afternoon cartoons?
Oh, God.
Fraggle Rock, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, Pinky and the Brain.
Go away, Derek. Why would you include the Derek question right at the end as well? Why? Oh, go away, Derek. Oh, bloody hell. But yeah, I can't. Phil said that with a straight fucking face back in the fucking day. These days, he thinks it's very positive to threaten to wage quit a game. You know, I'm sure it's very super positive, Phil, to say this game better get support. I'm going to drop like a bad habit. I'm sure that doesn't sound very positive to me. That sort of reinforcement, does it? Pay me or say bye-bye to the video game. How is that positive in any way, Phil? Bizarre. Absolutely fucking bizarre. Anyway, we'll wait for Phil to probably go online and start a stream or whatever. We have a compilation from Snort being able to enjoy from last night's Call of Duty gameplay. So the title of the video course from Snort Burnell is Failed Goal, Trolled All Night and Double Rage Quit in Black Ops 6. Hypocrite defending disabled people. Did Phil actually fail hitting the goal for night stream? I thought he hit it. Or is it a fake type of hit or something? We'll see.
Munchies! I got the munchies.
Hungry as I am, grab those munchies to win, big boy.
Where are the munchies?
You are nailing this, dude.
Well, I think what's happened is this mode, sadly, no one's playing it. So because no one's playing it, someone was immediately able to join my match. You see?
They fucking made you rage quit. Wait, hold on. Was this a friend or foe that shot you in the face and danced in front of you?
Where are the munchies?
I'm so confused. Is this a friend or foe? Do we know? Is it an enemy? I don't know if it might be a friend. I don't know.
You are nailing this, dude.
Well, I think what's happened is this mode, sadly, no one's playing it. So because no one's playing it, someone was immediately able to join my match. You see? Which is obviously stupid. So what I'm gonna have to do, if it keeps happening, I just can't play that mode. I don't think the mode's very popular. I just wanted to do whatever the new mode was that everyone was playing because I hadn't played in weeks. But if every time I join, this guy's gonna find that easily, then we're not gonna do it. We'll just do the more common mode. So let's see if what happens here. If I can get in a match without this idiot, we'll see. I hear surround sound in these headphones. I just hear fucking bass. Like, I heard nothing. I heard no steps, absolutely nothing in these headphones. So I don't know if these are very good. I might actually try Windows Spatial Audio. With Windows Spatial Audio, at least I heard some people behind me from time to time.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Tom Court for a super chat. Says a toast to VE Day. Pray another world war doesn't happen. Yeah, I mean it feels like we're close to one. Like, you know, it's like I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, I hope to God we never have to go through the sort of things that our ancestors fucking went through in both the world wars, the first and the second one, because some of the things that those people went through, and the things that they had to fucking endure and do, you know, for just and either side, you know, whether you're fucking on the Allies side or whether your ancestors were of German persuasion, whatever, you know what I mean, it doesn't matter who. Like, obviously, ultimately, at the end of the day, thousands of fucking people died. Thousands of people died for the cause, you know, because of politics and the cause of like a few people and the beliefs of a few people, whatever, leading the fucking, you know, demanding fucking thousands of fucking, like, millions of fucking people to, you know, march to their fucking deaths for the sake of, you know, just to fucking win a battle, win some land, win, you know, all this kind of shit, you know. So yeah, it's just the way, but also these days anyway as well, you kind of think you're far off from those sort of fucking scenes where you're building fucking trenches, you're trying to fucking claim every inch of land possible to try and fucking engage your enemy and get one over an enemy, and then you just look at what happens in fucking Ukraine. You know what I mean? With the fucking, you know, with Crimea and the world just, you know, like Russia don't want to give up Crimea. They invaded it and it's like, okay, this is ours now. It's like, wait, what? And so it's, and you've even got like fucking America and, like, you know, trying to fucking say to Ukraine, well, you just give them Crimea and the war will probably be over. It's not theirs to begin with. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, it's all fucked up, you know what I mean? And obviously when it comes to these sort of things as well, you know what I mean? People obviously have their own beliefs and interpretations, and like there is no, it's not a case of like good guys and bad guys, because it probably depends on what side of the fucking planet you're on, you know? You know, it's just at the end of the fucking day though, it's just, you know, it's just it's one of those fucking moves where it's like, there's potential for things to escalate, of course, which nobody fucking wants in this day and age, because of the fucking sort of fucking weapons that people have at disposal, you know what I mean? Especially the main superpowers in Russia, you know, with all their fucking weapons and nukes or whatever, and America as well to a certain degree. I don't think there's any fucking danger of America and Russia having some fucking issues with, as long as Trump's in charge, you know. Putin's like his BFF practically in the, in the global scheme of things, you know what I mean? So we're probably safe in that regard for a few years at least anyway. I don't know, it's just, to me though, it's a fucked up, you know, situation, obviously, with what's going on in some places in the world, you know what I mean? Hopefully we're never getting another world war, you know, hopefully it'll never happen, but it's unlikely. It probably will happen in some, I don't think it would be called a world war, but these days, there's things in place, you know, there's pacts in place and that shit, and, you know, so if something happens to one country, it will naturally have other countries get involved, you know? Like, look at things like NATO, you know, where if something happens to one country, there, you know, the other people involved in NATO will step up and help their ally in NATO if they're attacked. And as far as I'm aware, I think that's only ever been enacted one time ever. The whole thing... Balls. I was mid-rant.
Canadian Kirk tipped £1. Before 1945 it was the glory days. We must reinstate this to remove the ogres of our society, allegedly of course in Dungeons and Dragons, Mr. YouTube people.
Oh god, that's a controversial one. Also, fuck off, Kirk. Go back to YouTube, or Phil lets you fucking just say anything you want as long as you have a new sock account or whatever and give him some money. Jesus Christ. But I was going to say there, like, but thank you for the tip, of course, you know, but I'll say no, so isn't there a pact within NATO where if one country's attacked, then the other countries in NATO step up and help give aid to the countries attacked and, you know, basically defend them? And I think that's only ever been enacted one time ever. And that was when America was attacked, I think. I might be wrong, but I think that's when it happened, back when the Twin Towers. You know what I mean? And that happened to them, whatever, horrible September 11th, you know, horrible fucking situation. But I think that's the only time the NATO thing happened where, obviously, everyone else involved in NATO was like, okay, we've got your back, what's happening, let's fucking go. That's the only time it's ever happened. It's not happened any other time, I think. And now, fast forward to current day, and Trump was like saying, let's get the fuck out of NATO. You know, where it's like, well, that's a bit premature. I don't know, but yeah, it's just, yeah, and also that as well, you know, there's conflicts everywhere. You know what I mean? There's fucking conflicts every fucking where. India, Pakistan as well, they've always been fucking having issues as well. You know what I mean? China, Taiwan, exactly. I mean, Taiwan, you know, if You're sometimes not even fucking allowed to say Taiwan's your country, you know what I mean? The Chinese get fucking offended if you fucking refer to Taiwan as its own independent fucking country, you know? But it's just so much, I don't know, it's just the world today. The thing is also, most of these things, the people are getting pissed off, obviously. I think it's fair to say most people within these nations as well probably don't give too much of a shit about most of these things, but it's the fucking people in power that just want more power and probably care more about it than most of the fucking citizens fucking do. And so things fucking escalate, and it's the fucking citizens to suffer because of the will of the fucking powers that be that are fucking elected to fucking send people to their fucking death. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It'd be good if the world was a bit more nicer to each other, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, I guess, you know what I mean? The world's, humanity in general is always going to be striving for conflict, I guess. It's always been that way, it seems. But anyway, let's watch Phil. He's stupid in Call of Duty.
What are you doing? It's the troll. So I don't know how he's finding me, except that I don't think there's many people playing these Seth Rogen modes. So I guess I can't. What I'm gonna have to do is just do standard games.
He just keeps quitting. This guy is forcing him to quit the game every time.
The Seth Rogen modes, I guess no one's playing them. So it's incredibly easy for people to find me.
But there's a lot of salt, definitely a lot of sodium flavor.
They've taken the lead.
Fuck, I'm so sloppy right now. I can't hit for shit. I'm so sloppy on mouse and keyboard. I gotta get back into it. It's been too long, man. Can't get a single shot. Awful! Absolutely atrociously awful. I suck so bad, man. Yikes. I can't aim and fire quickly right now. I'm like a slug. Like a horrible slug.
Wait, Phil, what was that leaderboard? Let's go rewind a few frames and see how good or bad you're doing in this game. I think Phil actually at the top leaderboard and his team, I don't know. I might be wrong, but I thought he was top there. No, wait, my bad, he wasn't top. He was rock fucking bottom by a fucking mile with only 6 eliminations, and his fucking kill death ratio is so bad compared to everyone else in his fucking team. So you're my bad. I thought, let's be honest, is Phil on top of his team? No, not even fucking close. Phil's going live apparently. Oh, there we go. We'll just put him pause right. We'll just pause him right there. That was good timing. Good 70s. So we'll make sure, I'll say 180p. Make sure at 1.5 as well. And we'll enjoy the rest of his compilation of Phil not being bad at Call of Duty. Well, we build up some speed up just. But yeah, Phil, that's a really bad game you're having there.
Slug. I don't know why they spawn me out in the open. You notice that? They spawn me in the fucking running to the center. Why the hell they do that? Great spawn.
Swaggins, I usually chill in the living room. I almost never chill in the bedroom. Almost never. I have some shout outs today. So first off, Nathan Smith gifted a whopping 20 members. Okay, that's amazing. Thank you, Nathan, for supporting.
You want to know a fun fact about Nathan Smith? He's autistic. That's not being mean. I'm genuinely serious here. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. But fun fact about Nathan Smith, they reside in Manchester, according to them anyway, and also they're autistic. So big up Nathan Smith for being a very artistic supporter of Phil Burnell. Proving once again that Phil doesn't rely on the mentally disabled to fund his fucking streams.
The channel, those 20 memberships are a good $60 of support tonight. I've never run into this thing before. What is it, a money creature? Yeah, look, it's a money creature. It just throws money around. What the hell was that? Ladies and gentlemen, I just received an insanely positive $50 tip.
Yeah, sure you fucking did, Phil. Pro says, what did I miss? I just got home from more medical exams. Well, first of all, of course, hopefully all is well. Hopefully all went well with you. Second of all, you did not miss much. We're just going over from, stuff from last night. This is Phil's Call of Duty gameplay from last night. Yeah, random $50 tip. I don't fucking believe it. Sounds kind of sus to me. But yeah. And Navy Vet for Life. I hope those lab tests went well. I don't even know if you've had a lab test yet. If you've not had them yet, Hopefully it'll go well later on. If you have had them yet, then fingers crossed you turn it well.
It is anonymous, it looks like, okay?
What a surprise.
False, wrong, incorrect, negative, no, nay, absolutely not. Fuck that, Phil. You are a dirty, rotten liar.
Of course, the entire enemy team spawns together, so I get killed. Of course.
You ran towards the entire enemy team though.
They've taken the lead.
Smoke out. Of course. Again, like, what is going on? Why is there always some guy who has a cheap drop on me before I have a chance to do anything? There's nothing I can do. One's dropping out of a tower, one's dropping from another direction. Why'd they all spawn there? God damn this game.
This might sound... I'm not saying this just because I'm an evil detractor, not shit. But like, if... there's no nice way for me to say this. You know, in terms of like visually and how he acts and just how he looks as well with his daft wee face, would Phil make a good Hitler? You know, just trim the sides of his, of his daft little goatee off, you know what I mean? Just leave a bit in the fucking middle, you know? Charlie Chaplin style. Yeah, would Phil make a good Hitler?
What? My own spring mine killed me.
Establishing smoke.
I've had enough. This is just lame. No, this is not melee friendly at all, this map. This is stupid. Yeah, I give up. I'm not gonna even do melee anyway. There's no point. There's no way to do melee on this map, so I've had enough of this. Let's change my loadout. Where? Spot behind me, of course.
Thank God he changed his loadout.
Stupid fucking game. Of course he's behind me.
Trophy system online. Hostiles reclaimed the lead.
He jumped and I missed because of it.
Really? No, hold on.
The lead.
He jumped and you missed cause it. Are you sure about that?
And you messed up the things they said about me and my family. That's completely false. And they have
So you're aiming.
I'm a dunce. I'm a dunce.
He jumped and I missed because of that. Nah, I think you would have missed anyway, Phil.
That's true.
He jumped and I missed because of it. What? Did you see that? Again, not smooth movement, jittery movement. There's no way I can line up a shot if it's jittery movement. Awful. Nothing I can do. I literally spawn and there's a guy here and here on two sides of me. What would you like me to do, you dumb fucks at Treyarch?
Oh, the dumb fucks now.
You brainless twits?
Oh, the brainless twits now.
Oh, you're gonna get salt. It's even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
Of course. Once again, can't do anything.
The lead. Stay on task.
Please, Phil, show me the board. I want to see how bad you are at this game right now.
Hold the line, Crimson. This is ours to lose.
One.
You're falling behind, Crimson.
Outstanding.
Wow, that's fun.
And they lost. I was like, once again. So his team lost by a single point. Phil Burnell only had 8 eliminations and had a kill-death ratio of 0.40, by far the worst in his team. He was responsible for 1/5 of the opponent's entire score count. 100 kills from the other team, 20 of them for Phil Burnell. 20 of them were for Phil.
This fucking complete ass. So there was absolutely no way that I could do melee at all on that map because the map sucks shit. And then when I try to come back, the spawns are awful, so there's no way that I can recover.
Finally got him. I didn't want to do that. Are you kidding? I went to reload. I throw a grenade and kill myself. Come on. I couldn't do anything. Are you kidding? He's sitting right next to me. I swing, and it comes out so late he passes through me, and I can't hit him. This is so dumb. First of all, what is my team doing? Hopefully something of fucking use. Still waiting to try to play the fucking game. The troll's back, so I gotta leave. I don't know. What's happening is someone
Another rage quit.
is an idiot and quits the match for no good reason, probably because they're a sourpuss and they're losing right at the beginning. And then the troll joins. The troll just sits there waiting to join. Even if you ban someone or block someone on Call of Duty, they're still allowed to join a match through someone else. So the system is completely terrible.
He rage quit! He rage quit! Oh my god, he rage quit. Are you fucking serious?
Incoming flashbang!
The lead is ours.
Why can't I? Dude, what is going on? It says 13 milliseconds, but I swing through them 3 times and no one ever dies. What do you want me to fucking do? Huh? I just spawned. They're already shooting right where I spawned and insta-kill me. Oh, okay.
Watch out, grenade!
We're losing Alpha.
Another fucking grenade, dude. I can't even move. I literally couldn't stop and aim and fire. It wouldn't let me. It just let him get a full kill on me. We're doing one more match because that was a waste of my fucking time. It was terrible. 13 milliseconds and no one can be shot. The spawns are awful. They have unlimited grenades that they're chucking through the windows. Fuck this. I'm doing one more match.
And then he rage quit. He rage quits like a bitch. Great player. Guys, what a great return day. We had a fun podcast, right? With a lot of news that we covered.
Wait a second. Even with that random mythical like $50 anonymous tip or whatever, or he never hit the goal? No, he claims that so $173 is what he claimed at last night. Nah. But that mythical $50 contribution from a random anonymous source, if you want to believe that, then fill it to goal. But yeah, I'm calling sus on that.
We had a great stream of progress in Oblivion. We had an awesome and fun Call of Duty stream. And we got a whole lot of support to boot. Like, it was pretty much aces everywhere, right? Like, no complaints from me. I had a ton of fun today, all right? So tomorrow, completely different kind of day with what we're doing. Tomorrow is going to be a chill podcast in the morning. I'm debating if you guys want to see me do watch and react. $100 for Hogan's.
There is definitely a toxic troll element on Kick. People who think that they can say or do whatever they want.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on a second. You may actually hold on. Sorry, I think Sonny's right. I think that was from Saturday night's fucking gameplay, because we're now transitioned to Sunday's podcast. Jesus. I was wondering when this happened. So yeah, look at that. There we go. Okay, yeah, there you go. Snort Bonello's combined 2 days into one. He combined Saturday night stream and Sunday's day stream into one video.
Despite the rules, despite the fact that I've already reprimanded them for their behaviors.
So we've seen this one. We've already seen this yesterday in the podcast, but fuck it, we'll watch it again because it's fucking funny. Phil defending his disabled supporters.
And they're not going to get away with it. They're acting like it's a good old boys club. Oh, well, I've been here since the beginning, so that means I could just sit here and say toxic things about everyone, right? So this morning, 2 particular people literally made bad jokes, saying things such as, oh, all of Phil's supporters are just on government money, and they're waiting for their government checks to come in so that they could support him. And, you know, that's completely unacceptable.
But Phil, it's a factual observation. Yeah, hell, the fact that Nathan Smith fucking dropped you like 50 or $60 and like kicks and kick members, that's a prime example of somebody using their disabled benefits to fucking contribute to you because, hey, they're fucking rolling in bank at the start of each month.
It's not even a meme. It's outright insulting, okay? These 2 particular people have never contributed whatsoever to my streams. They're in the streams every day saying toxic shit like that, but have never actually contributed at all. So not only is it a violation of the rules, but it's hypocritical as well. They're not coming back. I don't care. And if you are of the mentality that you think that you can say and do whatever you want, insult regulars, insult supporters, and get away with it, you're wrong. Sorry, the party's over. If you act like an asshole, you'll be treated like the asshole you are, and you will appropriately be moderated. If you have issue with that, fuck you. I don't care. Get out of my chat.
Please understand that I'm not toxic. I'm not.
Do you really think that the vast majority of people who support my content are people on government pay? What are you
Well, maybe half of them.
talking about?
Yes.
Are you implying that there are disabled people? Wow, that's a nice thing to say, right? Wow, that's really. And first off, even if some of them are, that's not my business. That's not your business. That's no one's business. If they like someone's content, they're well able to support whoever they want, however they want, and it's not your place to criticize, and it's not your place to try to deride or make fun of that. You're a sick individual and an online fucking bully. And the truth is, if we all looked at you, we'd probably laugh at you harder than you laugh at anyone else on the internet because you're probably a bigger loser. But no one does that. Instead, losers group together on the internet to try to bully others. And it's just not allowed in my content. It never has been, and it never will be. If you want to sit here and try to insult others, you're going to be gone. Sorry, that's just the way that it works at a place where it's not chaos and it's not complete toxicity and online bullying. Maybe you're used to that environment from places like, casino and other places, but that's not what I perpetrate in my business and on my streams, okay?
But then, now I think about it now, I had to laugh at the trolls and all the other people that try to shit on Phil about the whole Apex thing. Because it's technically kinda, in a way, their fault because it's in the system. They didn't want it in the fucking system. People wouldn't be getting content strike, ID strike or whatever.
Everyone is going crazy in the stream chat. Oh my god.
I feel like it's a lot of fun.
What is happening? I don't know what's happening anymore.
That's correct. King Ferb says, imagine if in real life, someone tried to make fun of someone who was disabled in front of other people. Exactly. What would happen? You'd be called out and probably someone would beat your ass. But you do it online because you're a pussy.
That's like me, right? That's like me. Phil's not self-aware.
You understand? You're a coward. You're a wimp. You have a little dick. And that's why you act like that online. So I'm not going to protect people who act like that in my chat. In fact, I'll be the one to put my foot to your fucking ass and beat your ass for it. Okay? Deal with it. And if you don't like it, fuck you, because I don't like online bullies. Okay. Let's see if we can get any more. Maybe we can hit another goal. Then we'd be even closer to the marathon. Like I said, maybe if we could do the marathon on like Tuesday, that'd be perfect. But to do that, we need to hit $300 of support, which means we're going to need either some subs or some tips or some super chats or some memberships. We'll see. But anyway, thank you guys so very much. Very good support, and thanks for hanging out.
Oh my God, he's drinking wheelchair donations. I'll be back tonight with Minecraft. If you want some chill fun on the late stream, come on back as we continue to build my house, and probably I'll start to recruit animals and stuff tonight.
Who fucking cares?
Livestock and the like. Then tomorrow, it will be blueprints on the daytime stream, which is great because we haven't had it as a day stream in a couple of weeks, so it's lost a lot of interest. I hope that we'll get people back if we turn into a day stream tomorrow. And then tomorrow night will be an indie night, and I'm not sure what we're going to do. It could be Balacho. It could be a Schedule 1. It could just be a new game. DSP, get a job. Shut the fuck up. Get a job. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it.
I love it too. Freaking carry. I love playing that outro. Every fucking time I love playing that fucking outro. Fantastic stuff indeed. Like a Snort Brunel, good compilation there. Excellent stuff indeed. Now, I think it's time to get into some bingo. No, so to play some bingo, we're going to need a bingo number to generate our bingo card. Now, I'm going to go with the second number in chat. Second number in chat I see today will be the number I use for today's bingo card. No pressure, but it better be a good number. So, second number, well, the first number was Sonic with 220. And the second number was Navy with fucking 220. Technically, Navy's the second number, even though it's the same fucking number as the first number. But technically, it is Navy Fifth Life. Technically, Navy Fifth Life is it, so 220. Jesus. 220, what a fucking number that is. Jesus. Whatever could have made you fucking pick 220. Bloody hell. This is the bingo card we have for today's show. Fingers crossed we can get a full house. We need Phil to say and do the following. We need Phil to be all clown mode. Him touching his eye. Him giving the prayer hands to the camera. Him applauding and him saying fuck. The second row is Phil butchering a word. Him saying detractor or trolls. Him repeating the same point constantly. Him saying now and positive. The third row is Phil saying essentially, engagement, marathon, in fact, and interesting. The fourth row is Phil saying time, him touching his face, him saying nonsense, him getting at least $50+ in support, and him saying new games. The fifth and final row is Phil saying update, variety, him saying or doing Q&A, him being all toxic, and finally Phil saying so anyway. Strong looking card in my opinion. I'm quite hopeful for most of these things to happen. But I'm not going to lie, the top row has me a bit concerned. Sometimes it doesn't touch his eye, sometimes it doesn't applause, you know what I mean? But everything else, though, very strong, very strong. I mean, the interest, and Phil says interest in like fucking 20 times a fucking stream, it feels like. So yeah, I feel optimistic for us getting a full house on today's bingo card. Good stuff indeed. So thank you very much for helping us pick this bingo card for today. Yeah. Of course, the aim of the game, as you guys will know by now, is for us to try and get a full house 25 out of 25 on the bingo board you see before you on screen. But there's a variety of ways we can get free spaces to help us on our way to a full house. For example, if Phil burps, sips, or snorts 10 times before he starts recording for a shitey gameplay, that gives us all a free space. If Phil begs for 6 minutes and 40 seconds, that also gives us a free space. For every 5 new or rejoining members we have to the bingo streams, that gives us a free space. And finally, in my opinion, the best way for us to get free spaces, if we get 50 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, that is 1 free space. If we get 75 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, that is 2 free spaces. And finally, if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only do we get 3 free spaces, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation used, maybe the Supremely Talented Pigs animations, to celebrate the 100 likes on the stream. So you guys are in full control of some of the ways you can get free spaces, but the rest of the ways are controlled by Phil and his bizarre body functions, as well as him begging like little bitches. One more way, I completely forgot one more way. If Phil says hello to Jade, if Jade shows up to Phil's stream and says hello, we also get a free space for that as well. Can't forget that. Very important free space that is. You know, if Phil says hi to Jade, then yeah, we get a free space for Jade showing up. Hooray for that. So good stuff indeed. Now, is there anything else to go over, of course? Oh yeah, of course. The Bingo Prize Fund is currently sitting at 39 buckaroos. I actually need to update that. So, the Bingo Prize Fund is made up of a variety of different things. For example, if we win bingo today, it adds $10 to the Bingo Prize Fund. Every Friday, we try and do some marble courses, very challenging marble courses after the bingo's all said and done. 99% balls. Jade!
Squeaky wheels. Jade tipped £1.
Oh god.
Squeak, 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 squeak. Hello? Daddy Philip is right. Jad, you are a coward.
What?
Who needs his bum bum woot.
What?
Now get over here and let me swing my shit-filled diaper at your face until it puts you out of commission.
I'm gonna fucking go up 2 fucking steps and fucking watch you struggle. You won your fucking nemesis fucking stairs, and I fucking hear you coming as well, you squeaky wheel prick. But thank you for the tip, Jade. Much appreciated. Jesus Christ. Anyway, as I was saying, before I was sort of interrupted by Jade. What was it? Oh, yeah. The bingo prize fund, different things. So if we win bingo today, it adds $10 to the bingo prize fund. As well as every Friday, we try and complete these very challenging marble courses. We try 3 of them, you know. And if we get any completions for any of those marble courses per course completed, we add $10 to the bingo prize fund as well. On top of that, of course, a quarter of the money I make on YouTube every month goes towards that bingo prize fund. And finally, tips. 100% of tips I get, no matter how big or small, goes towards that bingo prize fund. To build up. So, case in point, I've been given 4 buckaroos in tips today, so the bingo prize fund goes up to $43. There we go. For every tip that comes in, of course, it adds, also it gets added to the bingo prize fund. So there we are. Fucking Jade's a cheeky wee bam, isn't he? Jade feeling brave because Daddy DSP fucking saying he's going to beat people's arses for him. Jesus, man. Anyway. Good stuff indeed. I think I've covered all the bases. There's only one thing left to do, but I'm going to let Phil explain that for me.
Well, hello everyone, Phil Burnell here, letting you know about King Jad's Bingo and Marbles gameplay on YouTube. Now, you need to leave a post in the community tab to enter, and that's it. A lucky winner will be picked by playing Marbles at the end of the month. It is just that easy, any mouth-drooling idiot can do it.
Thanks, Phil. Yeah, piece of crap for explaining that to everyone. And of course, if you want your own marble, the description of the stream has a link to the post, the community post. But if you can't find that for some reason, just type in the chat !marbles and you'll see a command come up with a link to the community post as well. Also, I went and added a new emoji for the members. Somebody suggested the other day. Phil has recently been getting a lot of Argentinian style member bombs, so I have added the Argentinian flag for members to use should that happen again. So yeah, there you go. And that's Sonny showing an example of the fucking command that worked. They went and typed the !marbles, and lo and behold, it comes up with a link, as you can see, to click on to get to that community post loaded up. Sticky Man tried his own command, but sadly there's nothing for that. I know, I'm sorry, I have nothing for that, I'm afraid. There's a distinct lack of titties here, I'm afraid. I do apologise. But I think I've covered all the bases. The only thing left me to do really is just to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more.
Is there nothing on the internet that I won't masturbate to?
And on that note, it's time bingo. Good luck everybody. Here we fucking go.
What is going on, everyone? On today's show, we've got a big news roundup, including Gears of War is coming to PlayStation in an unprecedented second remaster release. Also, some great news for Claire Obscure fans, with the game's performance massively outdoing its other competitors. Pretty cool. And an update regarding customization of the Switch 2. Plus, today we'll talk about all the games I've been playing, the push to 50 goals for the unlocking of the Viewer's Choice Marathon, and more. It's a great day. And it's time to sit back and relax. Here we go. It's time for the Level 1 Podcast.
I have a bad feeling I know what this fucking picture is. I have a very bad feeling I know what this background image is for the bingo board. The left side and the right... Oh, for God's sake. We're going to fucking see some Freck. Freck is coming. And yes, he said at time. As in at time go. At time bingo.
All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm DSP. This is the Level 1 Podcast for Monday, the 5th of May, 2025, also known as Cinco de Mayo for those who celebrate the holiday. I hope that you're having a great day. Personally, it's Monday for me. It's not that big of a deal. I don't really do much for Cinco de Mayo. I'm not even eating Mexican today. Well, actually, technically I could, because I think we might have turkey tacos for dinner.
Who fucking cares?
Just thought of that one. Wait a minute. Just a complete chance, too. Like, it's not like we planned it like that. Anyway, welcome to the show. How is everyone today? I hope that you're all doing well, and that you are ready for some fun today. We have a lot to talk about, okay? And one thing I think should move this mic, it seems to be like its positioning is good for its audio, but it's blocking me, right? So maybe I should move it back a little bit.
Who
it hasn't been
fucking
exactly
cares?
right since I played Call of Duty a couple days ago. Let's see if I finagle this. Let's see if I do this.
Who fucking
A little
cares?
better, and then I could like position it like this. That's actually a little.
Oh, look at this. A huge fan of Phil. Well, not a huge fan. Somebody gave Phil $10. Somebody called Lynn Pines, and they're saying they're not a huge fan, but just wanted to know when or if Phil will get around to playing Security Breach or even the Help Wanted games. VR is not needed. So somebody who's not a big fan of Phil Burnell wants to see him play those games apparently. And gave him $10 to ask a question. I've got a feeling they're going to be ridiculed and said, well, I'm not going to play those games, fuck off. Or something to that extent. I don't think it would toxic to them, but at the same time, if I'm not a big fan, he might not give them much interest.
Better. Probably sounds just as good, right? Okay. Anyway, welcome to the show. And I hope that you all are doing well. Great streaming week so far. 2 days down, 5 more days to go. I told you, this is a 5-day monstrous streaming week for me. Excuse me, 7-day monstrous streaming week for me. 5 more to go. And some of them have been going really good so far the first 2 days with support, with momentum, everything. Yesterday was a great streaming day where we continued on with Clear Obscure Expedition 33 on the first stream. The game got even better. Plot advancement, great side content, still awesome combat, unlocking more and more. Everything's been great. I have zero complaints about the game. I literally can't wait to play it. The thing is, We've got so many good games I'm juggling right now. I would say between Clair Obscur, Blueprints, and Oblivion Remastered, we've got 3 top-notch primo games that I'm juggling right now. And that's a good thing, obviously, right? Obviously. But, FYI, it can be tricky being a content creator right now. Because if I'm juggling all this stuff, I can't really play too much of anything at one given time. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I just play Clair Obscur, people will complain that it's too much of the same game and stop showing up and be angry that I'm not playing the other game. So I hope you understand that I am doing my absolute best to juggle everything. And we're going to have big progress in all of these games this week, okay, regardless of the fact that I can't necessarily play them every single stream. But that's going well. Last night, we had a late-night chill stream of Minecraft Java Edition, and I got to play with mods for the first time ever. We actually got the graphical mod, the shader mod working, and we tried 2 different versions of the shader mod. One just basically added a whole bunch of lighting that wasn't present originally in the game. The other made the game hyper-realistic. It actually made realistic clouds in the sky, and it also made it so that there was actual realistic rippling water, which was just wild as hell. It blew me away. I was like, what the? So, what a crazy day yesterday of gameplay and fun, and we hit our goals. We're currently at 47 out of 50 goals. Now, yesterday on this show, we actually set up the polls on which you guys are currently voting for viewer's choice. Allow me to show you how those polls are set up. So if you want to vote on the games for viewer's choice, head right over here to the posts tab on the DSP Gaming channel. And if you scroll down, you will see the 2 polls. As you can see, over 1,200 votes on poll number 2, 1,100 votes on poll number 1. I'm not looking at them yet, but you still have a minimum of 24 hours to vote on what you'd like to see in the marathon. We're probably going to end up playing 4 games during the marathon. Typically, that makes sense because each game we play for about an hour. Some games we might play a little more. Some games we might play a little less. It all depends on how well received they are. And I like the variety because some of these games, for example, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Berserker Kazan, Truck Simulator, Mountain Blade 2. I don't even know what these games are. Maybe some of these would actually turn into full fun playthroughs, right? But then we've got games like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door that I've always wanted to play and never got around to. Counter-Strike 2 I've already played. It might be fun to just jump into it again like 10 years later and see what it is. And of course, you all want to torture me with Lost Records Tape 2. I played Lost Records Tape 1, and I found it to be the worst narrative-based game I ever played. It was so incredibly boring, poorly paced, and nothing happened until the last half hour. It really sucked. Maybe Tape 2 is different. I don't know. I already have it because I bought the whole game, and it is out. It's been out for like weeks now, so I have no clue. I actually have not followed along at all, so that way, if I ever did get back to it, perhaps I would be surprised, pleasantly surprised. I mean, I doubt it, but I guess we'll see. Okay, so anyway, please vote. You have at least 24 hours left in order to vote to determine what we will be playing during that marathon. Now, the way it works is simple. Well, the marathon is happening as soon as we hit 50 goals. We have 3 to go. We're at 47. All right, each goal is $150 of revenue when it comes to super chats, memberships, gifted subs, and regular subs on Kick, and also tips. So, if you support the streams today and we hit 50, we're doing the marathon tomorrow, which I think would be absolutely perfect. I think it would fit perfectly. Like I said, it would be great because it's the exact middle of the week. So if we break up the week with the marathon tomorrow, then that would mean that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday can be standard regular streaming days. And that'd be great, right? I think so. That way the second half of the week is kind of like continuing on everything that we want to do with all the games and the progress that we've been working on, okay? So, please support the stream. Let's get that momentum going. Notably, on Kick, it is Monday. And we've got an actual decent amount of gifted subs this week, which I'm happy about. It looks like we have almost 30 gifted subs already. Actually, much better pacing than last week. So thank you for that. Anyone over on Kick who's been watching or supporting, I appreciate that. Let's get some support going. Let's get our first super chat, our first membership, our first tip, and our first sub. Let's get some shout outs and let's get some momentum going. If we hit a goal on this podcast, that would be perfect because then we can focus on the game and try to figure out if we can get another goal for the game and maybe another one tonight for Indies night. And then we'll be doing the marathon tomorrow. I would like nothing more than to do the marathon tomorrow. I think that would be amazing. Okay?
Who fucking cares?
Speaking of which, our first contribution did come in. I received a $10 super chat from Lynn Pines, who says, Phil, I'm not a huge fan, but I wanted to know when or if you'll ever get around to playing Security Breach or even the Help Wanted games. VR is not needed, just out of curiosity. So, Five Nights at Freddy's, correct? For those who don't know, 2 months ago, I did a Five Nights at Freddy's marathon event. I called it the Five Nights at Freddy's Torture-thon. And the reason I did is because up to that point, I had never actually played Five Nights at Freddy's seriously. Instead, I had just kind of razzed the games, said I don't understand why people like them, and once or twice I had played one of them during a marathon. Like during a Halloween marathon, once I played one, and then I think I played 1 and 4, if I remember correctly. So since I'd set the time to actually sink into Five Nights at Freddy's during a marathon, okay, I said this time around, I'm going to give them a fair shot. Rather than sit here and crap on them insanely like I usually do, let's actually judge it at their own merits and see if they're any good. And after having played 1 through 4 during that marathon, I came to the conclusion that the games are entertaining and the games are fun for a certain audience looking for a certain kind of game, but absolutely the insane amount of overhyping that they have received over the years is unwarranted. They don't need a movie, okay? There don't need to be 7,000 lore videos about game theories about it. It's ridiculous. And as I said, I really feel that what happens with certain game franchises is now, with the era of the online content creator, people who overemphasize or over-exaggerate the value of a game for personal gain, like the streamers who say, oh, it's the scariest game ever. Oh, they scream every 5 seconds they're playing it. And then you got someone who insanely overanalyzes the games and creates a bunch of mumbo-jumbo nonsense around them to create this weird culture. Now everyone wants to talk about the lore of a game that's made in someone's basement on Flash or something. You know what I'm saying? Basically, we're in a really weird time for gaming, all right? Anyway, I thought that the games actually were pretty good, okay? Just not as good as everyone had overhyped them to be. And so I said, hey, maybe in the future, I would replay Five Nights 1 or Five Nights 4. Those were the two that I liked the best out of the first 4 games. I thought that 2 wasn't very good, to be honest, and 3 was actually quite bad. And then 4, no, actually not 1 and 4, 1 and 5. That's right, I played all 5 because I get them confused. 4 was the one in the bedroom, 5 is the one, was it Sister Location? That's right. So I liked 1 and 5 the most out of all of them. And I said that maybe one day I would go back to play them, because 1 I'd almost beaten, so maybe I would beat 1, and then 5 was interesting because the further you get in, there's lore and there's all this stuff going on. So I said maybe I would play them again, okay? So what Lim Pines is asking, would I ever play Security Breach or the Help Wanted games? So those, I believe, are ones even after Sister Location, correct? We're talking about like the most latest ones. I don't think I would play those unless I actually go back and play 1 and 5 again. Because what's the point of playing the later iterations if I haven't even beaten a single game yet? And I feel like people have told me that with 5, Sister Location, that's when the games got insanely lore heavy because they had become so virally popular because of YouTubers and the like. That's when like you need to know the story. If you don't know the story, you're kind of out of the loop on stuff that's going on. So I wouldn't want to play like 6 or 7 if I didn't finish 5. You see what I'm saying? So if I were to go back to Five Nights at Freddy's, I'd probably do 1 and 5, and then after that, maybe then I would play the later ones. I don't think I would go back to 2, 3, and 4, quite honestly. I think that 5 is where they hit that stride where there's a mix of story and it interests me. Okay? Cool. So, thank you for the first contribution to the stream. So we're at $10 now. Guys, let's get some motivation and let's get some momentum going. Let's get our first tip of the day. Let's get our first sub over on Kick, and let's get our first membership on YouTube, and then let's get that momentum going so that we can actually hit our goals. In fact, I'm just going to do it right up front. Today, since I want to hit 3 goals by the end of the stream, I'm just going to make those sub offers over on Kick early so that it's known. For 10 gifted subs today on Kick, you will earn the VIP badge. For 20 gifted subs on Kick, you will earn the OG badge. And then, this deal I made last night, for 30 gifted subs on Kick, you will earn a second OG badge that you can give to someone.
Bruh.
Okay? And I just started that last night. I'm going to do it today because I want to hit 3 goals by the end of today. I want to do the marathon tomorrow. It would fit in with everything that's going on schedule-wise and everything perfectly. All right? So let's do it. I'm going to actually type that and post it up over there.
So, this is incredible. His incentive for getting 30 members given to him is not for the person giving him the money to get anything extra, but for them to decide who gets the extra badge. Jesus Christ. He couldn't think of something else to give to the person, so, oh well, we'll just throw his badge to someone else in, let them decide. Fuck off. Jesus, man, the begging is off the charts today. I mean, I feel like I say it every day. Like, Phil, in the last month or so, Phil's begging has been wrapped up to like fucking, like, BegCon 4. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he's in a perpetual state of needing to ask so hard for so much money. And it never seems to slow down, it never seems to end. And it's also we're hypothesizing as to like, why could that be? Oh, it's tax season, he's got to fucking pay his taxes. Well, that's kind of gone now. We're kind of past that point, aren't we? You know what I mean? So that's no longer a factor, and yet he's still begging super duper fucking hard. Is it to try and fucking prove that he can fucking make as much money without the Kino guys as he was making with them? But who knows? You know? Ben Heck Hacks is an interesting theory there. He thinks that Phil might have filed an extension for his taxes. I mean, it's possible. Who fucking knows? It's possible. But, Jesus, man, it's just crazy levels of like just non-stop asking and demanding and begging. And it's just the desperation levels. It's just cringe to observe.
He's a scammer. I just see a scammer. They were right. Holy shit, Phil. The detractors. They were right. Holy shit, Phil.
Nice dead air here.
They were right.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to pin that message. So that's going to be pinned over there. And hopefully, we'll be able to hit 3 goals today. I really hope so. Like I said, the marathon tomorrow would be absolutely perfect. Looks like the ghost got rotated. It doesn't look straight. There we go.
Gay ghost.
I was gonna say the crown didn't look straight, and then I saw like a side on the edge. There we go. Cage says, where did I get the Pac-Man ghost? I just got it at a random store, but you can buy it online. In fact, if you look at any of my recent videos, Level 1 Podcasts or Daily Raps, you will see in the description of the video a product area. This is something new that YouTube started doing. So the things that you see here, the ghost, the microphone, the Divum Pixu 64 frame, the Piranha Plant Lego, you can actually buy those using the affiliate links that are on those videos. And if you do, I make a little bit of affiliate revenue on it.
Who
Okay?
fucking
So if you like
cares?
the ghost lamp, check out either yesterday's Level 1
This is
Podcast
the
or Daily
bag.
Rap right here on the channel.
This is
Look
the
at the
bag.
links, and if you buy it through there, you help me out. Okay? Cool. Because Cade was asking about the ghost lamp, saying, hey, where'd you get that ghost lamp? There you go. Okay. So, good stuff. So, what's the deal? What are we doing today? What are we doing tomorrow and the rest of the week? Let's talk. So today, I'm very excited for today's streams. First off, after this fun Level 1 podcast where we're going to be talking about a bunch of game news, it's the return of Blueprints. Okay? Blueprints, I've absolutely loved playing over the last month. You guys turned me on to this game in early April. I didn't even know it existed. And so I started...
See, I was going to mention that myself, Chris, but I think Phil was too wrapped up in trying to promote that people can fucking get him money if they buy it as well through an affiliate link. I actually remember that as well, how Cat bought it for him at a fucking mall. But I think Phil was too wrapped up in trying to shill to get the facts of the story correct.
started playing it, and I was like, wow, it's a roguelike, but it's a puzzle game with exploration. It's just completely unique. Like, wow, what a unique formula, what a unique game. So I've really, really enjoyed Blueprints. I can't wait to play it more today. I played it mostly for a day stream, but then for the last week and a half, I put it onto night streams. Why? Well, because we had Oblivion Remastered and Claire Obscure, and they took over as the daytime streams. Well,
now it's back on day streams because one whale left a comment saying that I can't support it when it's not a night stream. So lo and behold, it has got brought back to the day streams, just like magic, because of one person called ENS leaving one comment on Phil's video.
I got some feedback, and the feedback was not positive at all. Basically, the feedback is thus. There's been a group of people who enjoyed Blueprints, have been watching it when it was a day stream and supporting it as a day stream, but they can't make it to the late streams. Notably, some people over in Europe. And I get that. In Europe, my late streams are like middle of the morning for you, right? I thought that you're up at like 4 a.m. to watch Blueprints live anyway, right?
There's one person,
So,
baby. One person.
Because of all that, we have seen a distinct dropping of engagement, viewership, and support for Blueprints. In fact, the last time I played Blueprints was the first time ever we did not hit the support goal for it. And that's disheartening and disappointing, because I don't think it's representative of the game. In fact, the last stream, we had the best Blueprint stream ever. We discovered a whole secret underground area under the mansion with all this stuff to explore, puzzles, lore, all this crazy stuff. It was super entertaining. But we had the fewest amount of people there for it and the least amount of support for it, and I was like, oh, man. So, today, we are bringing back Blueprints to the daytime stream. I hope this means we will have more people sticking around, engaging, and supporting with the game. I hope that means we hit the support goal today. All right? It's very important today because we want to do the marathon tomorrow. We have to hit our goals.
Who fucking cares?
So, Blueprints on the day stream. I'm excited. We're starting off the best run ever. Number one, I have a room outside of the mansion that gives me incredible amounts of buffs and support when I use it. For example, last run, I was able to open up diamond doors with footsteps instead. Oh my God, did that help? We ended up opening up like all the rare rooms in the mansion. In addition, I froze my assets in the freezer, which means now I'm going to have tons of coins, tons of diamonds, everything for this next run. So I am super excited for this run. I think it's going to go really, really good. So I hope you'll stick around, engage, and support with Blueprints. It's going to be a great stream today. Okay? Now,
So before we even continue, you guys want to see the one comment? I want to see if I can find the one comment that was left on his. I think it was a Daily Crap. I think Phil's Daily Crap after that Blueprint stream, failed for him. This is where the comment was, and it's Phil says, I got feedback from a group of people. It was one person. So when was that Daily Crap for Blueprints? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. So I think it would have been this one then, I think. Would it have been this one, April 29th, is that right? No, April, I don't know. I think it is this one, hold on. Let's see if I got this fucking right, hold on. Yeah, it was. I found it. Good stuff indeed. It doesn't really matter the video itself. One singular comment from member Ian. This guy has been wailing Phil for like a couple of months now. There's one singular comment. You decided to move Blueprints to the later stream where people like me can't attend due to time difference, so shrug. That one singular comment is what dictated Phil moving the stream back to daytimes, because ENS has been a prominent supporter. As I said, sometimes he's been dropping quite decent contributions to Phil in the last couple of months. Jesus. So as soon as I saw that comment, I knew, I called it, I said that Phil was going to move Blueprints back to the day streams. And lo and behold, shock horror, it happened. What a surprise that is. Who saw that coming? Oh wait, I saw it coming.
Now, tonight on my late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it's the return of Indies Night. We haven't done a formal Indies Night in a month and a half because instead of Indies, I've been doing Disco Elysium, okay? But Disco Elysium has finally sputtered out. The last time I played it, no one showed up, no one engaged, and it was the lowest support stream I've had in many, many months. So I said, I think it's time to move on from Disco Elysium. So, tonight, on an indie stream, we have 3 options for indie games that we can play. Option number 1...
That was a really awkward free.
Tonight, on an indie stream, we have 3 options.
He leaned back for that. I was like, oh, this is going to hurt my digits here. Ah, free. Like a free. Jesus, man. It's so weird. It's such a weird creature. He's such a weird creature. The most painful three-pronged plan to ever exist.
Options for indie games that we can play. Option number 1, we return to Balatro for the first time since like January, February, whenever it was the last time I played it. I love Balatro. It's a spin on poker with various, variations. Again, it is a roguelite. And
what a shock. Phil loves the fucking gambling-inspired game.
And I think it's a great game. It's for some people. If you don't like, poker, you're probably not going to like it, right? But I think it's a great game. Number 2, Schedule 1, a game that everyone a month ago was playing and talking about. Now it's like it never existed. Like you hear no one talking about it anymore. But people wanted me to play it so badly, I played it during my birthday marathon a month ago. And quite honestly, I thought it was interesting. Obviously, crappy graphics or whatever, but the gameplay elements were sound. I mean, it's kind of silly that you're a drug dealer, but it was entertaining. I did find it good, good to play. But I only played it for around 45 minutes to an hour. Then we ran out of time, and I teased over the month of April that we would maybe do a stream of it. We never got around to it. So maybe we can actually focus on that for once, okay? Or another game that has come up that I would be totally okay with, okay? During the nominations and the voting here for the Viewer's Choice Marathon, a game sadly slipped through the cracks. Apparently, there were 2 separate posts nominating it, but I didn't see the second one. It's called Dave the Diver. It's an indie game that has pixel graphics, but apparently has all kinds of different gameplay mechanics, an interesting story. A lot of people over the years have asked me if I would ever play it, and I kept saying, maybe we'll get around to it, we'll see, but we never did, right? So, I would like to try one of those 3 tonight, but I'm not sure what. And I don't know if you guys have any ideas of what I should do tonight here on stream, or maybe we should just wait and then tonight see who shows up for the late stream and see what people want on the late stream.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
Stream? I'm down for any 3 of those, all right? Any of them sound good. But obviously, I want people to show up and engage and support with that stream. Again, the idea here is to hit the goals. 3 goals today, so we can do marathon tomorrow, all right? So hopefully, everyone in chat seems to be saying Dave the Diver. I was just told that Dave the Diver has Ichiban DLC. You mean Ichiban Kasuga from Like a Dragon is in it? Really? I know Dave the Diver is like really popular. Like tons of people have played it and like it, and I never got around to it. It seems like everyone is saying Dave the Diver, seriously? All right, maybe we'll do that. I mean, again, I'd be down for it. It's something completely unique and different that I never played before, that people have always asked for, so maybe now is the time.
Who fucking cares?
Okay. What's a roguelite? Well, there's a roguelike and a roguelite. A roguelike game entails that there's a game that when you do a run in it, it is a completely isolated run from other runs, meaning when you lose or die or end a run, it resets back to 0 and you start over, okay? Usually, there's a random factor to it, an RNG factor to it that you cannot control, okay? Which adds to the element of each run being completely unique and different from the last one that you've done. That's a roguelike, okay? Now, a roguelite is a game that takes that element and usually mixes it up and challenges it in a little way. Like, for example, I would call Hades a roguelite, because even though it has roguelike elements, there are things that you can permanently unlock and upgrade and have increased chances of happening. Like, same thing, like with Blueprints, I don't know if it's purely a roguelike. It's more like a roguelite because I now have the ability to have money every day and special rooms unlocked every day and things that are permanent unlocks. So, but I don't know. I'm not a master of these or anything. They are growing on me. If you remember, my first roguelike ever was Returnal. And quite frankly, I didn't like it. But now I played a bunch of these, like Hades, Blueprints. I like these games now. They've actually grown on me to the point where I'm really enjoying them. Let's see here. What's going on, King Michael? Good to see you here today. Queen of Hearts says, I was crushed to see that Dave the Diver wasn't in nominations. Yes, this would make a great future playthrough. Jay Copter, yes, I can see you. How you doing? Dabhand says, it does have an Ichiban DLC, but you need to complete at least Chapter 5, so I don't think that we'll ever see it. Wow. But what if I play and like it? What if we end up doing a playthrough of it, right? I did play Binding of Isaac. Yes, I did. I played that many years ago, but it wasn't a serious playthrough. I think someone had nominated it for one of these marathons. So, because of that, we never really got into it that deep. But I actually really liked Binding of Isaac when I played it. So, can I gift free memberships because there's been a new month? No, I'm going to do it during the marathon, actually. Let me see if they're actually there. They are. 10 gifted memberships are available. I'm going to get them during the Viewer's Choice event. Okay? So, we'll get some hype, hopefully tomorrow. But guys,
I'm going to assume that one of Phil's moderators decided to fucking put that poll in his own chat. I didn't see Phil stop to fucking type a poll in his YouTube chat, so I think that's one of his moderators doing that right there. Like, what game you want to see? So one of Phil's mods basically just fucking taking over the stream by fucking putting a poll for the audience to fucking answer. David Ivor, Schedule 1 or bilateral. Hopefully Raw Phil can just close that poll quickly so we can see more of a chat.
I'm gonna tell you right now, we gotta get some support going. We only got
For God's sake, I know more begging. Why does all this catch me off guard?
We'll get some hype hopefully tomorrow. But guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, we gotta get some support going. We only got one super chat. Let's get some support. Come on. Who's gonna be the first sub over on Kick today? Someone drop a gifted sub. Let's get our first membership on YouTube. And how about a tip? We have no tips today. Let's get that momentum rolling so we can do the marathon tomorrow. All right? Because I'm gonna tell you, here's the deal with what's going on tomorrow and the rest of the week. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. You ready? Tomorrow there will not be a level 1 podcast. That's correct.
Wait, what? I mean, in that case, there's no bingo tomorrow then.
Correct. And I'm sorry about that. Tomorrow, there's some stuff going on that I can't control, that I can't be here for a podcast. All right?
Well, guys, I'm sorry, but I guess there's no bingo tomorrow. I mean, I didn't expect that to happen, but I guess that's that.
My goal is to be here as soon as possible to start streaming gameplay. However, I can't actually even guarantee you the moment that I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm hoping that at the latest, I hope I can be here by 1 p.m.
So wait, he's begging his audience to give him all this money today so he can do the marathon tomorrow. But he has no idea when he can start doing the marathon tomorrow because he's not going to be here for it. Am I understanding this correctly from Phil? Am I understanding what he's saying to his audience here? He's demanding and begging for free gold being hit, $450 for giving him today so he can do the marathon tomorrow. But he doesn't know what he's doing tomorrow, when he can start doing content tomorrow because of something happening which he's not disclosing.
All right, and we can at least do a normal gameplay stream and a normal late stream. Or if we hit our goals today, it'll just be the marathon. As soon as I get here, I'll probably do like a half an hour intro, have a shot, or maybe drink a White Claw, and then we'll start playing games for viewers' choice. Okay? But no podcast tomorrow. I'm going to be busy. All right? But I will be
busy doing what, Phil?
Here as soon as I can. I'll tell you exactly when I can be here. And we'll go from there, all right? Basically, it's just factors out of my control. Sometimes in life, especially as you get older, there's things you can't control. You just got to go with the flow, and that's what's going on right now. Nothing I can do about it. Can't be here for the podcast, but I have every intention of having either 2 normal gameplay sessions or a marathon tomorrow, okay? So here's the thing. This would be perfect if we hit our goals today and we do...
Fuck off. We'll go back to begging. We'll go straight back to fucking begging. Oh my fucking god. Exactly, he's going to be a shorter marathon than usual, so he's going to get paid. He's asking for his audience to give him $1,500 to do a shorter marathon. So he's telling us, so he wants the money now, and if he gets the money now today, then tomorrow he's going to give them a shorter marathon than what he should be giving them. So he wants the same money, but he's going to give back his audience less. You know what? I actually hope Phil hits all 3 goals today. I want it to happen. His fans deserve to get scammed. Fucking let it happen. Do it.
Normal gameplay sessions or a marathon tomorrow, okay? So here's the thing. This would be perfect. If we hit our goals today and we do the marathon tomorrow, that's perfect. Because I could start hopefully around 1 p.m. We'll do a little intro. We'll start playing games. It's perfect timing. We'll have some food, some booze. It'll be a great day. That's why I kind of want to do the marathon tomorrow. I don't think anyone's going to miss the podcast if I'm doing a giant gaming marathon anyway. See what I mean? Now, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, my intention is thus. One day I'll do Oblivion Remastered and Call of Duty. One day I'll do Clair Obscure and Minecraft Java Edition with mods. And one day I'll do more Blueprints and a random night where maybe it'll be more indies. Okay? But the order and the actual days, I can't say because I don't know if we're going to hit our goals today and if we're doing the marathon tomorrow or not. Okay? So, because of that, you know, I can't really give you a locked-in schedule. And I know that will annoy some people because you want a locked-in schedule, right? But I can't. As much as I'd like to. So someone is saying breaking news. I want to see if this is true or not.
Breaking news?
Whoa. Whoa.
Echo the Dolphin remasters a new game announced. Is that the breaking news? I'm looking at Phil's YouTube chat. At DSP Gaming, news just dropped. Echo the Dolphin remasters. So Phil stopped doing whatever he was doing so he can check this.
You have no respect. Do you value money more than our friendship? But that's the way of them saying we want nothing to do with Phil.
Okay, here's breaking news and I'll cover on today's show. I just got it set up. Thanks for the heads up there, whoever told me that. Okay, What's up, Toasty Chestnuts? How you doing? Okay, so. All right, so anyway, let's get started with today's show. Let's see how today goes. Obviously, tomorrow I would love to do this Viewer's Choice Marathon.
Oh, for God's sake, some more begging.
Get started with today's show. Let's see how today goes. Obviously, tomorrow I would love to do this Viewer's Choice Marathon. Please vote on the games. I'll keep you abreast of the situation all day, and hopefully we'll get in striking distance of the marathon tomorrow, and then we can lock in a schedule or not. But either way, you're going to see 3 more awesome streaming days of gameplay, plus the marathon. I just don't know what order. Okay? Okay. All right, so...
You know, I'm doing it.
Burger.
I'm taking clown mode. Him repeating the stupid fucking gesture is clown mode material for me.
Order.
Like, he's like, okay, shrug. Wait, let me do it again. In case you didn't think it was funny the first time. Money, please.
Okay? Okay. All right, so we're going to get to game news here, but I've just received an incredibly generous $15 tip from Ian. He says, I'm glad to see Blueprints is now back on the day streams. Thank you, Ian, for a $15 tip. That is our first tip of the day.
What did I tell you guys? One person has made sure that the day streams have Ian, of all the people. What did I tell you? I'm going to tell you now, that won't be the first contribution. That's not going to be the first contribution today. There's going to be plenty more coming.
Okay. Ian, I appreciate you coming out for the day stream of Blueprints. I understand, because I know that I have an international audience, and not everyone can attend every stream because of the time differences. It's just wild because people don't get it. They actually, you know, a lot of content creators have audiences that are more localized. I don't. Like, I've always had this big international audience where like half my viewers are not in the United States.
I mean, speak for yourself, Phil. I mean, I'm a content creator technically as well, and I've got fucking audience like fucking people in Canada and America and Australia and UK and Ireland and some Europeans and all. I don't know. Most content creators do have a global fan base, you know? And a lot of it is just down to the timing of when people stream. Like 7 PM, like, you know, so the bingo streams start at 7 PM UK time. Also, that's good for some of the kind of people in America, you know what I mean, time zone wise, like, you know, okay, because, you know, 11 AM and fucking 2 PM, 3 PM for them, so it kind of works quite well for them. It's okay for Europeans as well, because it's evening or whatever, you know. But yeah, it's like, it's hard to obviously fucking get a good time zone for everyone, that'll suit everyone possible. Ah, God almighty. Sonny says, breaking news, King Jad has feet. Prophet, look into that. Don't encourage him. Don't encourage Prophet to look into my feet, please. It doesn't know. Anyway, quick recap of the situation. We have 1 free space so far for bingo because of Phil's begging today. So 1 free space locked in so far. If Jade turns up, we'll get another free space. You know? And obviously we are 5 sips away and 4 snorts away from free spaces there as well.
So because of that, some people can only catch certain streams based on that big time difference. And in particular with Blueprints, I noticed that when I changed the streams from night streams to day streams, day streams to night streams, man, the attendance like halved. We were getting between 250 to 300 viewers for Blueprints, and all of a sudden, the last time I streamed it on a night stream, we only had like 150 people, and I was like, oh shit. Like, obviously I screwed up. But the thing is, I can't always keep these games as day streams. The good news is, it looks like we're in position to get into the antechamber today. And I've heard that is the ending of the game, although technically that's not the end of the story, and you can keep going and unlocking more. But, I'm hoping that today we'll get great progress. And again, I'd like to do another day stream of it later in the week. So hopefully between the 2 day streams, we can make significant progress and get towards, you know, big revelations and maybe the end. We'll see. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate that.
Basically, he's moved it to the day stream for Ian's fucking sake, because Ian is not shy in dropping Phil like $50 odd or $100 to make sure the goal was hit for these streams. I'm pretty sure that Ian was the person that gave Phil a very last second whale merry contribution as well when Blueprints was last a day stream. He's not shy about throwing Phil like $10, $15, whatever, but he's also not shy in dropping bigger sums of money as well if Phil was getting towards the end of a stream and he's not hit his goal. So one person has dictated Phil move this game to day stream, and there he is there. Phil wouldn't give him a special speech just right there for him because he turned up and then he dropped 15 buckaroos saying thank you for moving it back to day stream for me.
Okay. I've also just received a $10 tip. What are your thoughts on Echo the Dolphin and Echo the Tides of Time remasters announced alongside the 3rd Echo game? Have you played any of them before? You have spoiled the breaking news.
Oh, fucking boo-hoo for you, Phil. The breaking news that you didn't know about until someone in your chat fucking told you. And everyone that reads your fucking chat would have known anyway, because your chat is visible to them.
How dare you? There's breaking news that literally just happened and someone told me about it, and I was like, oh, I'll talk about it. You spoiled the story. How dare you? Would you like to do that? You know what? How about this? since you know everything about breaking news, I'm going to let you do the rest of the show. Come on over here, sit down. You could do tipper, $10 tipper. You go do the rest of the show. Here you go. It's all yours. Here you go.
It's been a very slow day. It would be great if we. That's funny. Just saying. You know, I know some people are super chatting or whatever. That helps long term. But right now, I really can help. Tomorrow's my day off. The tips I'll have.
Fuck you and your friends.
It's not so easy. You can't get past the moat and the gators and the electric fence that I have around my
And the security cameras. Don't forget about dozens of security cameras.
castle. You understand? Only I can sit on the throne. Anyway, so yeah, it was announced. I was going to read it, but basically it's been announced that Echo the Dolphin, Echo 2, are going to be remastered and I guess released in like a collection. And they're actually working on a new Echo game now. But apparently there won't be any concrete information about it for a year because they actually set up a website, echothedolphin.com. If you go there right now, you can check this out. There's a countdown. Echo the Dolphin.
This might be a controversial opinion. I never really cared for Echo the Dolphin. I didn't really think it was a good game. But then again, it's possible I just wasn't good at playing the game, so I didn't think it was good, if that makes sense. It's one of those games, I played it and I was like, well, this is interesting, but I just nothing to game, you know. So I'm not really that jazzed about this game being out, coming back, or whatever.
.com, 8,531 hours, 49 minutes, and 10 seconds of counting down. Would you like to see it?
Who fucking cares?
That's actually a timer for when Cat's gonna fucking... No, that's too dark. Even by my standards, that's too dark.
So, 1 year from now, apparently, we're gonna get some kind of an update about a new Echo game. That's a long time to wait. That's a hell of a countdown. Holy crap. Let's check back in on that.
That's funny.
Okay, so anyway, what's my history with Echo the Dolphin? I never owned it. I never played it, except, excuse me, back in the day, when I used to have a pediatric dentist that I went to when I was a kid, okay? So this was like the late 80s, probably.
Oh my god. Why am I laughing already?
Either late 80s or very, very early 90s, okay? I can't remember exactly when. So I was a Nintendo guy. I had a NES and a Super NES, but I went to the dentist, and my dentist had an actual Sega Genesis kiosk at the dentist that the kids could play in the waiting room while waiting for their appointments. And let me tell you, it worked wonders because the kids would gather around this kiosk to play Genesis or watch other kids play Genesis, and it would make the time pass like nothing so that, you know, when it's time for your appointment, it's no big deal. And what game did they have? Echo the Dolphin. That's the game that they actually had on the kiosk. And I saw kids playing it, and it looked neat. It sounded great, but I never actually played it, okay? When I got my Genesis later...
Oh, did the other kiddies not let you fucking play on the Sega Genesis? You just sitting there in the background, hoping for a fucking turn, but all the other kids said, fuck off, you weird smelling dick.
They had passed by the time when they were packaging in Echo the Dolphin, because Echo the Dolphin was a game they packaged in as the game you would get when you bought a Genesis for a bit. But then when Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 came out, they became the games that they would package in with the console, and Echo the Dolphin almost got completely forgotten. Okay? So I never played it, never bought it, nothing. Now, I did play Echo the Dolphin. If you remember, it was part of the Genesis Mini that I got many years ago. And when we played the Genesis Mini, I played all the Sonic games. I played Mega Man Wily Wars. I played a whole bunch of stuff. And actually, I played Echo the Dolphin, and that game sucks ass. It's terrible. It's just funny because I think the reason why all kids remember Echo the Dolphin is because it was the game that was packaged with the Genesis for a long time. So kids just kind of had it. But I don't know if anyone actually actively bought it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, if you play it, it is so annoying. It's the ultimate backtrack game. You got to go all the way to one end of a giant labyrinthian maze of caves and caverns to either rescue a dolphin or hit a key or open a door. Then you got to go all the way back to the other side of the game. It's kind of like Metroid, but not fun in any way, shape, or form. It's really, really tedious and annoying. So I just didn't like it when I actually played it. I hated it. So I would not go back to it, and I probably would not play it. However, if there is a new one that's being made, I would assume that the new one would actually have complex updates. Meaning, you would think...
No, it's a remaster. It's not a new game. They're remastering an older game. So why... No. Like, if I hear a game's being remastered, I don't think, oh great, they're going to change how the game plays. No, it's still going to be the same sort of format and formula. You know, otherwise, if they change those sort of things, then it's just a new game, isn't it?
They would probably have, like, checkpoints that make sense. And modernized games.
Oh, of course, Phil needs all his fucking checkpoints every fucking 5 feet.
play mechanics. Because that's the problem with Echo. It's just outdated to the point where there's so much backtracking, repetition, and annoyance that it's not a good game. But perhaps the new one would be much better, right? So that's my history with Echo the Dolphin. You've already spoiled the story, so now I will not talk about it. Actually, hold on 1 second. Let's check in on that side.
Who fucking cares?
It's been a very slow day. It would be great if we could pick it up a little bit with
My biggest fans are idiots.
Nice shirt, 25 cents.
Shut up, bitch!
super chatting or whatever. That helps long term. But right
Okay, not much happening there. All right, well, let's move on, shall we? We have a lot of news stories to talk about today, a lot of which are pretty interesting. So let's start off with a news story about something that I had almost predicted, but not really. Let's talk about the Switch 2. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the Switch 2 is actually releasing 1 month from today in the United
I didn't think we're allowed to talk about the Switch 2 on your streams, Phil.
States. I think worldwide, June 5th, correct? 1 month from today, the Switch 2 will be in everyone's hands, and people will be playing with it, unboxing it, dropping it, breaking it, and be crying because they can't get another one right away. People will be messing with it. Probably some people will be trying to jailbreak it. People will be downloading one game on it, Mario Kart World, that's it, because everything else is just a third-party port. There's no reason to playing anything else on it. So everyone will be playing one game and being very excited for it, okay? However, there is something about the Switch 2 that I talked about when they first announced it many months ago. Remember, I think it was like February or whatever they announced it? And the first thing that I said when I was watching the coverage of it, I was like, what color scheme did they go for this thing? Because if you remember, the original Switch is blue and red, which is fine. Blue and red are staple colors, primary colors. You know, everyone likes them. You know, red versus blue and everything else. Good color scheme. Makes sense. The Switch 2 has like periwinkle and like coral, okay? They're really weird off colors from like red and blue. And I said, it's just bizarre to me. I was looking at it like, that can't be the real color scheme they're launching it with, but it is. That's actually what they're launching it with. And I said at that time, you can go back and watch my coverage of that video that we watched of it, there's got to be a way that you're going to be able to buy other colors of it or customize, because I can't imagine that people are going to want to keep that color. It's ugly.
So I've been told to check Twitter. So let me check Twitter. DSP believes that this is periwinkle. This is periwinkle. But Phil believes this is periwinkle. One of these things does not look like the other. This is the colour periwinkle. And this is like... So does Phil think this colour here is periwinkle? Or does he think the pink... He thinks the pink is periwinkle. No, it's not. You can see the pink here as well on the fucking thing. It's not even close. Nah, not even fucking close. You wanna know why Phil said the word periwinkle? Because he thought it sounded intelligent. I'm pretty sure he has no fucking idea what he's talking about, as per fucking usual. So, why does Phil fucking say these things sometimes?
God, it's like you just use words you hear randomly to try and sound smarter.
I don't want baby blue and a weird pink. I want, like, strong colors. Some people might just want an all-black Switch. Some people might want, like, white accents. Some people might want green or, you know, nice accented colors, depending on your personal tastes. With the Switch 1, you had to buy a whole new Switch that was colored that way, right? So what are they doing? It's actually been revealed that my prediction was actually dead on correct. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Switch 2 customization. The side panels actually come off the Switch 2, and you can replace them. No one knew this until this morning. Third-party websites started listing actual listings for replacement side panels for them. Okay, so here it is, decorative strips, and they're selling kits with a tool. See, this is the tool that you can use to remove the plastic sides.
You are a tool.
I don't know what this is. It's probably maybe something to help you push them into place or whatever. So the plastic will pop out, and you'll be able to get other colors. Right now, they're only selling a replacement periwinkle and coral or whatever these colors are. I don't even know what colors you would call them. Okay, but what this confirms is that there's going to be a wide plethora of customization colors available for the Switch 2. I would predict you're going to not only see primary colors, you're going to see all kinds of wild things. You'll probably see things that are themed to games, right? That's good. This is a harkening back to the Xbox 360 era. If you don't remember, back then, they actually had on Xbox 360 customizable faceplates that would pop on and off. That could be themed to certain games, but also just stylish. They also had stickers and things that you could put on the sides of your Xbox 360 console. Then they actually started selling them also for the PlayStation 3, the stickers. So you could make your console look a certain way. I actually had ones that were all themed to Street Fighter 4. I had 2 Xbox 360s themed to Street Fighter 4, and then I had the stickers for PS3 that were themed to Street Fighter 4. So it really was cool, actually, to set it up and have it look your own personal tastes, right? So for me, I would probably go for like something more stylized, maybe white, or maybe like like I said, dark blue and an actual red instead of these weird like pastels. But none of them have been up for sale yet, except for the replacement. Okay, so
I mean, I was gonna fucking buy myself a Switch 2, but now I see these colours, I don't think I'll bother. Said nobody ever.
We'll see as we get closer to the launch of Switch 2, or maybe once it's launched, what these companies will do. But yeah, pretty much dead on with what I was predicting, that they're not just going to sell this periwinkle and coral. They're actually going to have other colors because those colors are terrible. In fact, I'll go as far to say I actually think the reason they made these starter colors this way is because they actually intend for you to go buy more colors. They purposely colored it horribly in a weird pastel that's going to annoy you because they want you to go spend more money. I think that's dead on what they're going for. They want people to go accessorize and buy a whole bunch of stuff for their Switch.
Personally, I don't find the colours annoying whatsoever. I don't know why Phil's freaking out about it, you know? As long as you can enjoy playing the games, who cares what colour it is?
Too. And even if you might say, well, wait a minute, I don't get that. But they're not officially Nintendo branded. This is a third-party item, so why would Nintendo care that you're buying it, right? Well, it's very simple. Because if you're not aware, when people go to buy accessories for anything, they tend to buy more than one. It's actually been well-known, well-documented. It's even retail sales. If someone goes to the store to buy something for an electronic, a car, whatever it is, they typically will buy a bunch if you can sell them on it. So what they're trying to say, hey, sell this thing with ugly colors. They're immediately going to want to buy new faceplates or side plates or whatever. But also, they'll probably buy the stand. They'll buy the charger dock. They'll buy the cable. They'll buy the wrist strap. They'll buy, 10 other things with it. So there you have it. For me, if I get a Switch 2, I would definitely like to change the colors. The thing that gets me, though, what about the thumbsticks? I think those are permanently stuck to ugly-ass colors. I don't want those colors on my thumbsticks either. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just throw out the Joy-Cons again. Like I did with Switch 1. I think I played one game on the Joy-Cons of Switch 1. Wasn't it ARMS? That was it. And then after that, I just got rid of them. And I just played on the Pro Controller or a Hori pad or whatever I played on. I never used the Joy-Cons because they were so bad. So maybe I'll just do the same thing with Switch 2. I don't know. If I get one. Okay, we'll see. Anyway, so there you have it.
Who fucking cares?
How's everyone feeling? Dabhan says, no one buys anything Nintendo branded after buying the console. It's all third-party. Nintendo makes nothing. What's up, Gabriel? How you doing, man? See, Dabhan, that's not true, though, because, excuse me, usually it's only Nintendo branded stuff that's available when it comes to, like, controllers and the like. Yeah, there will be third-party controllers, but probably not at launch. I've seen a lot of accessories, but it's all like, a dock for the screen, a screen protector, stuff like that. I haven't seen, like, another controller because they want to sell their Pro Controller. So they're not going to allow anyone to have the knockoff stuff yet. Watch. It'll probably be like the end of the year, all of a sudden, all the third parties start doing their stuff, right? Cade says the strips are just too thin for me to care about customizing them. Well, I guess you're going to play with your eyes closed, because I don't want to stare at those ugly colors all day. I don't. I'm sorry. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. Will the new Switch 2 Joy-Cons actually be good, or will they be garbage? Because everyone knows the Joy-Cons on Switch 1 were actual trash. So, let's hope for the best, right? Okay, on to the next story for today. Ladies and gents, Gears of War. Probably 3 words you weren't expecting to hear anytime soon. We do know that they're making a new Gears of War game that's going to be a prequel. If you remember, this one is actually supposed to be based on Emergence Day, but it's weird because we haven't heard any updates in regards to this game for a while. We've been waiting. Where's the updates? Where's the news about this game? There is none. So this morning, there was a shocking revelation, a huge announcement that rocked the foundations of modern gaming and no one expected. Okay, maybe that's a little bit of an overdramatic emphasis. But this morning, there was a Gears of War announcement. Are you ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, the iconic original returns. Gears of War Reloaded comes to Xbox Series X and S, Windows PC, PlayStation 5, and Steam on August 26th. Read more here, and we will. But wait a minute. Gears of War Reloaded? Wasn't there Gears of War 1? Didn't they already do this? Yes, they already did. Gears of War 1 has already been redone. For those who don't know, Gears of War was a long-running franchise originally made by Epic Games. That's right, the same studio that today is known for Fortnite and the Epic Games Store. They used to make Gears of War, and they made the first 3. Then they did a spin-off that sucked ass and had another company develop it for them. After that, they allowed Gears of War to be bought out completely by Microsoft. And so it's been a different company now called the Coalition that have actually been making Gears of War games since. And they've made 2. I want to say they made 2. It might be 3, but I'm pretty sure they made 2. They made Gears of War 4 and 5. And there's mixed opinions on this. Some people like them, some people don't. It's kind of the same situation what happened with Halo, where Bungie made Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach, and then they decided, we're selling this, we're going to do something else. So they sold it to Microsoft. Microsoft has a company called 343 Industries making them, and everyone says, the current Halos are nowhere near as good as the originals, right? So with Gears of War, it's kind of the same deal. Now, Gears of War 1 was already remade. It was during the Xbox One era. So the original Gears of War was an Xbox 360 earlier game. It was groundbreaking. It played incredibly well. It ran at 60 frames per second. It had both a great single-player campaign and an awesome online gameplay experience. I can attest to it. It was one of the games pre-YouTube, before I became a YouTuber, that I played and actively really enjoyed playing online. Okay? Very fun third-person, cover-based shooter, team-based, very fun gameplay, chainsawing the crap out of people, very, very fun. Good stuff. So, during the Xbox One era, while the Coalition was making new Gears of War games, Microsoft decided they wanted to remake Gears of War 1, and they did. And they called it Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and it included upscaled graphics. The original Gears of War was only 720p. This one was now 1080p. The original Gears of War was only 30 frames in certain situations. Well, now they upgraded it to be like 60 frames, okay? So, there you go. Daphne says it also added PC content, 5 extra levels, and all later game mechanics. So basically, it massively improved the game. So then what the hell is Gears of War Reloaded? Okay? I'll tell you what it is. The original Gears of War returns faithfully remastered and natively optimized for more platforms than ever before. It will be sold on August 26, 2025 for $39.99 on the Xbox Series X and S, Xbox PC, not Windows PC, Xbox PC. Yes, they're calling it that now. Xbox Cloud Gaming, PlayStation 5, and wait, what? PlayStation 5? Yes, Gears of War, for the first time ever, will be on PlayStation 5 come August. And as a special added bonus for Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass subscribers, it will be with Game Pass for free. So,
burger.
That's good. So, as you can see, Play Anywhere enabled. It will support cross-play and cross-progression across all platforms. So, you could be at home playing on your gaming PC. You could go down the street and play it at your friend's house on his PS5.
Oh, Phil, you're as if you got any fucking friends.
Fuck you and your friends.
Well, it's no wonder you don't have any friends.
You go to your grandmother's house and play on her Xbox Series S. And it will all be cross-platform, all cross-progression, cross-platform. You can play on a high-end gaming PC at 4K, running at 120 hertz and no input delay, against someone playing on an Xbox Series S at 720p, 30 frames per second, massive input delay, and you can cheat and get instant chainsaw kills because they can't react to them. That's applause-worthy right there, baby. Let's do it. All right. Also, as an added bonus, fans who own the original version of Gears of War Ultimate Edition as of today only, you had to have owned it as of today, okay? We'll get a free upgrade, to Gears of War Reloaded. So if you bought Ultimate Edition last console gen, you own Gears of War Reloaded for free. All right? It's a celebration of what a gaming's most iconic franchises, 4K resolution, 120 frames per second support, the ultimate cross-progression, cross-play, multiplayer experience. As we approach the 20th anniversary of Gears of War in 2026, we're reflecting on what the franchise means. It's about the stories we've told, the friendships we've built, and the unforgettable moments that we've shared together. And it actually shows right here, the original Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Gears of War Reloaded, and then if you zoom in right here, it won't let me. I'm trying to zoom in, it won't let me zoom in any further. Well, I wanted to zoom in incredibly high up there and see if it doesn't work. My joke didn't work. All right, anyway, so here you go. Built for brotherhood. There you go. Precision performance on every platform. So, 60 frames per second in campaign, 120 frames per second in multiplayer. Dolby Vision and 7.1.4 Dolby Atmos for the 2 people who have that. Very nice. Variable refresh rate supported. Very nice. So, here you go. Get it now. And I will, because it comes out August 26th. And I will be playing it on August 26th. So I'm going to add this. Here we go. 2 days before the Snake Eater remake, we'll be playing Gears of War. How exciting. Very cool, right? That's right, it has Horde mode. Remember, for those who don't remember, it has Horde mode. That Horde mode literally is originated in Gears of War, and then Horde mode was literally copied and emulated in every single cooperative online game after. There was no Horde mode until Gears of War. Gears of War invented it. So, pretty cool, huh? That'll be fun. That'll be a fun summertime thing. And I'm glad that it's free. I'm glad that they're not forcing you to pay for it, but that it's going to be on Game Pass. Because if you had to pay for it, it'd be annoying. And also, if you already own the
Well, you need to pay for Game Pass, so technically you are paying for it, but whatever.
Previous version, it's free. That's very nice of them. Hopefully it's a fun summertime experience. By the way, let's check in on that Eco the Dolphin website again.
That's funny. Dickens left.
Okay, that's absolutely fascinating. All right, moving on. I received a $2 tip. It's hilarious. This is from so-and-so, but don't read this. Okay, I won't read it. Thanks for a $2 tip for the person who you know who you are but doesn't want me to read it. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're now at $37 to support, everybody. Let's keep that momentum rolling, all right? Can we? Let's keep that momentum rolling. Let's get another super chat besides Lynn, who was the first one of the day. Let's get our first gifted sub over on Kick. Let's get our first $50 locked in. Come on. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. I really want to hit 3 goals today so we can do the marathon tomorrow. It'll be perfect. All right? So if you're here, you're chilling, and you're like, good stuff, then please support. Okay. How's Cat and Jasper? Oh, they're good. Jasper was just in here, actually.
What did I tell you about Ian, guys? What did I tell you about Ian? So Ian gave him $15 earlier on and a tip or whatever, and then he sent him 1 gifted membership as well. Ian is going to be the primary whale for today. I'm calling it now.
He didn't jump on the chair today, right? He was in here. Oh, he's on the floor. Here he is. He's relaxing on the right there. He was in the window for a while, but then he jumped down. Now he's relaxing on the floor. He's sleeping. He's funny. He's all stretched out. Shout out to Ian, who has gifted a first membership of the day. Thank you to Ian for the gifted membership. It didn't get given to anyone yet, but it will. Don't worry. Thank you, Ian. Let's get you on the leaderboard.
Who fucking cares?
If you're wondering why it's taking so long to gift the membership, it's because idiots came in here over the last several days and gifted, I think it was like 400 to 500 fake memberships. So because of that, all the active viewers already have one. And, you know, it sucks, but what can you do? There you go. Al the Pal just got it. Congrats, Al the Pal. Thank you, Ian, for the support. Okay. Why do I want to do the marathon tomorrow if I'm going to be late? Because tomorrow I don't need to do a podcast because we're doing a marathon. Do you understand? Like, if I, on a normal day, just jumped in and said, okay, just gameplay, and we started at 1 p.m., let's say, and went to 4, it would feel weird because there's no podcast. But if we start 1 p.m. and we do a half-an-hour build-up, get the show started, then we play 4 games over the course of the day, we got booze, we got food, it feels fine, you know? It would be perfect timing, and it would split the week perfectly in half, so now the next 3 days are all normal gameplay streaming days, and it actually would work out, too, because my wife wouldn't have to cook, and she works tomorrow, so we'd just be able to order out some food. It would be absolutely, positively, perfectly aligned. So that's why we need to hit the 3 goals today so we can do the marathon tomorrow, okay? There's no podcast tomorrow, I just told you that. Okay.
1 more sip and we get a free space.
We have 1 more story to cover today.
Who fucking cares?
And it's not me refilling my water. We have 1 more story, okay? You ready for this?
Nope.
Here we go. That was weird. Did you see that? Expedition 33 is doing incredibly well. Expedition 33, for those who don't know, Clear Obscure Expedition 33 is a game made by 30 game developers who used to all work for Ubisoft. But they got fed up with the way that Ubisoft ran things and decided to split off and make their own studio and do things for their own. The head developer said, hey, I've always wanted to make a Final Fantasy game. I just never got the opportunity. Let's just make our own Final Fantasy game. And so he basically tried to emulate and improve on elements of games like Final Fantasy X, Lost, Odyssey, and others to make Clear Obscure.
Well, basically what you're saying is there was nothing original in the game. They just fucking latched onto ideas from other games and put it in their own game. Something you cry about all the time. Something you moan about all the time. But I don't mind it personally, but Phil pretends to be super upset about other games doing this in the past. So why is it fine for this game to get a free pass from Phil? I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, there's no bingo tomorrow. There is no bingo tomorrow because Phil is not doing a podcast tomorrow because Phil has secret things going on that means you can't do a podcast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Clear Obscure officially this morning became the highest rated game of all time on Metacritic, surpassing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Baldur's Gate 3. Now, of course, that can change, but people are freaking out that the game has received such high praise. Pretty amazing. But in addition to that, even more telling than this, okay, this is just opinion, right? How about some facts? How about the fact that Clear Obscure, within 2 weeks of release, all right, has sold nearly 1 million copies. I believe they actually said they did exceed 1 million copies, but I guess this was the stat as of a certain date. Okay? On Steam, garnering $38 million of gross revenue. Pretty insane. Having over 1 million total players. Okay? While Assassin's Creed Shadows, the current new game from Ubisoft, only sold 580,000 copies. Okay? Of course, their gross revenue is higher. Why? Because they charged $80 for their game. Expedition 33 only charged $50. So they charged less, they sold way more, they've made more gross revenue. Oh, by the way, they're also on Game Pass. So whatever arrangement they have with Xbox/Microsoft, they're making money on that. Plus, they're outselling the company they all quit because they said, this company sucks ass, it's run poorly, we don't like where the games are going, we're going to split off and do our own thing. And they have thoroughly, utterly destroyed and trounced their own former employers. I mean, in every aspect of success, they have completely destroyed them. The reviews are better, people are playing it longer, people are buying it more, people are loving the game, every aspect of it, right? I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's out of control. And it's good. It's good news. You wanna know why? Because I've had enough. I've had enough of these dumb-ass corporate bigwig morons who think they understand what gamers want. They don't play games. They don't know anything about the industry.
If Phil says Phil Gimu in a very strange French voice, we get a free space.
but they were born rich. So they sit there in positions of power thinking that they're smarter than us because they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth and they went to Ivy League universities that their parents paid for. They literally were handed everything in their entire lives. But they act like they know something that we don't. They've never had a moment of actual stress or strife or having to actually earn any.
Well, you have no fucking concept of what these fucking people's lives are fucking like. Phil sees people who are rich and successful, and he automatically assumes, oh, they must have the most wonderful life ever because nothing bad ever happens to him because they're rich and successful. Some people get some people do get things given to them on a fucking silver platter. Phil Burnell, you're one of those fucking people, by the way. Don't fucking pretend otherwise, you know. But other people fucking get to the fucking top, built on the fucking the suffering they fucking went through to get there, to persevere against all the fucking odds. Some people fucking have to fucking swim through the fucking shit to fucking get to the very fucking top. Yeah, for other people, sometimes it's just fucking gifted to them, of course, you know what I mean? But no, Phil has no concept, no clue whatsoever. This is just some petty jealousy talking. This is just sheer flat-out toxic jealousy talking from Phil Burnell here. He has no clue what some people go through, but he's just assuming that because they're super rich and successful, you know, oh, they must have the most wonderful lives ever, and they never have to fucking suffer. This is projecting, essentially, you know what I mean, because Phil's clearly got something going on in his life right now, which might be related to tomorrow, who knows, that he's just taking us out on. I'm going to rewind it just so we can get this fucking bizarre toxic rant, you know, in full context.
Positions of power thinking that they're smarter than.
Look like for. Here we go.
They don't know anything about the industry, but they were born rich. So they sit there in positions of power thinking that they're smarter than us because they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth and they went to Ivy League universities that their parents paid for. They literally were handed everything in their entire lives, but they act like they know something that we don't. They've never had a moment of actual stress or strife or having to actually earn anything. Instead, they just get thrown into success and they fail upwards. Every time that they fuck up, they're rewarded and they get promoted, right? Ubisoft, are you kidding me? Think about Ubisoft 10 to 15 years ago. They could do no wrong. They had Assassin's Creed. They had all of the Tom Clancy games. They had Far Cry, right? They had Rayman. I can keep going. There's probably like 12 to 15 franchises that Ubisoft all had that were absolutely amazing. Like freaking Prince of Persia, right? I keep going. Well, guess what? Guess what? What do they have today? Today, they have to like bend over backwards to get people to even care about Assassin's Creed, and then it still sucks and underperforms and doesn't sell. Even after massive delays and say, hey, trust us, this isn't all about this. You know what I'm saying? Pretty ridiculous. They have completely lost their way. They are not in line with what gamers want. They don't listen. They just try to pump out products.
Oh, nice. Sonic is saying, spoiler, he's talking about wings, and apparently Phil got a $50 tip from Ian, but Ian in Phil's chat said it was not them. So it was a fake anonymous tip. So, Jesus Christ, man. Oh, for God's sake, that'll be fun. If we get to that fucking point in the stream, that'll be fucking fun to go through. We're behind the live DSP about 20 minutes, so yeah, we're not too far behind.
That are going to sell to raise money and capital for the shareholders and to line their own pockets instead of saying, let's make something creative. Let's make something fun. Let's make something noteworthy, something that stands out among the pack. Let's do something original, something memorable. So when people play this game, they will be like, remember that moment that was so amazing and different from everything else and it resonates and I'll remember that? Instead, they say, what's the most samey thing we can do that's safe that will sell? I played 9 hours of Assassin's Creed Shadows. There was not a single moment in the story, gameplay, graphics, or anything that I had not done in another game that I couldn't easily predict and that felt like a memorable, interesting moment. The entire 9 hours I played the game, I was bored to tears. The people in charge at Ubisoft have lost their way and don't understand what the whole purpose of developing a video game is. The makers of Clair Obscur Expedition 33 have rekindled the creative juices that are needed to make a truly unique, fun, and interesting gaming experience. They are showing the world that you don't have to be $5 zillion budget, 500,000 employees. You don't need insane marketing. You need none of that. What you need is talent and passion. The two things that AAA developers no longer have. Good on Clair Obscur Expedition 33 for doing so well. It is absolutely stacking up to be one of the best games of this entire generation. I'm loving it and I can't wait to play more. Bravo. And if you haven't played Clair Obscur yet, what are you waiting for? It's one of the best looking, best playing, well written, well executed games of the last 10 years. Why are you sitting on it? I don't like turn-based RPGs. Well, start liking them, because they're good. Stop being a bitch.
Fuck off, you wee fucking smackhead.
Stop it, right now. See, this is you. I don't like turn-based RPGs. Stop it, stop. Go play it.
Well, if people are upset I ticked clown mode so earlier on, we got it right there.
Stop skipping good games because it's not some big AAA. Oh, but there's no microtransactions in the game. So what? Oh, but there's no competitive.
Don't get me fucking started on microtransactions. You're still fucking playing WWE Champions every single fucking day. In fact, it wouldn't shock me whatsoever if you fucking asked Go Play Nicely to remove the last online feature from your account when people check your account on the WWE Champions website.
Multiplayer. Oh, I can't play with my friends. Shut up. Go play it anyway.
That's funny. Dick don't laugh.
Obviously,
we have another free space, by the way, because of Phil having that final sit there. So there we go. We've got 2 free spaces so far, and apparently we're very close to 50 likes, which would be another free space. So yeah, we've got 2 free spaces so far. We get 50 likes. That's 3 free spaces, which means we'd be 3 away from a full house. Should we get that 3rd free space?
Obviously, I'm exaggerating. I'm being silly, but I'm telling you, it's good. And I'll be honest. I think a lot of people are biased against this kind of game because it is a throwback to a turn-based era of RPGs. Today,
so you're usually biased as well against the AAA titles, not shit because you don't fucking want to trust a game will be good because it's come from this AAA massive corporation which you've been constantly shitting on for the past several fucking years. Like you were writing off Assassin's Creed before it even came out because of who was making the game, Phil. You know, it's like you had an opinion set out right before the game was even born into creation, because you just have this negativity about the corporation making a fucking game. You didn't want to. You knew before it even came out. You knew what you were going to feel, and you weren't going to change your mind.
everything has to be action button mashy, right? Everything has to be Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy 16, Tales of whatever, mash, combo, action, mash, combo, action, big explosion, big explosion. That's not the end all be all of RPGs, even though sadly the big companies have like turned us into that, conditioned us to want that, I guess. Sometimes you could do something different that actually stands out. This game 1,000,000% stands out. I strongly recommend it. It's one of my favorite games I've played in a while. I can't wait to play more. And I hope that you will check out the playthrough and you'll check the game out for yourself. All right? If you don't, it's okay. I can't make you. But at the same time, I'm emphasizing, do yourself a favor and don't miss out on a game that's truly amazing because you have a bias against turn-based RPGs, and AAA studios have tried to tell you for the last 10 years that they suck. They don't. They're actually quite good. The problem is, when you're not button mashing 90% of the time, you actually have to entertain the gamer with other stuff, and that's the problem. These game developers and these modern studios don't know how to do it. They don't know how to entertain you. Because turn-based can be seen as, oh, you gotta be patient, it's a little boring. But if the game is done well, it's still entertaining. Instead of, oh, at all moments, I must be inputting something. Like, that is literally Final Fantasy 16. Every moment, gotta do this attack, into this combo, into this attack, into this ability, oh, this charge, then this. That's not an RPG, man. It's not. That's like you did that to a kid with ADD. So they don't fucking bounce off the walls and stay. That's what they made RPGs into. Like, what is this garbage? No, RPGs are supposed to be you think. You actually have to strategize and use your brain power instead of just mashing, tactile inputs. You have to think about what the hell you're doing. Really. So anyway, give it a look. I recommend it. Okay. I received a $2 tip. Okay. That's it. I received a $2 tip. Thank you to the $2 tipper. I appreciate that. Guys, we're at $44 of support.
And we're getting another bag. Fantastic.
I received a $2 tip. Thank you to the $2 tipper. I appreciate that. Guys, we're at $44 of support. So we're almost 1/3 of the way there. Remember, the goal is to hit 3 goals by the end of today's streams so that we can do the marathon tomorrow. Please, let's get some more support going. Let's get our first gifted sub over on Kick. We have no subs on Kick. Let's get our first gifted sub. Now, in the meantime, while we wait for that to happen, let's see what's going on over on the Eco the Dolphin website.
That's funny. They don't laugh.
Make the bad man stop.
That's boring. You're boring, everybody. Quit boring everyone.
You have been the personification of stupidity since 1997.
So we have a little bit of extra time. What I'd like to do is open up the show to Q&A.
Yay, Q&A. We got to take off Q&A.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
For God's sake. On the bright side, we're almost won. It's almost over. We're almost there.
If you guys want to ask me something, tag me in the chat. I will do shout-outs for all contributions. Let's see what you guys want to talk about, all right? All right. Nightman9 over on Kick says, if an anonymous contributor contributes $400 right now, they'll cover the rest. That's $3. There you go. Very nice. Yes, I played the original Gears of War. I owned it on Xbox 360. I played it and actually really liked it. I enjoyed Gears of War 1 very, very much back in the day, but that was before I was ever a YouTuber. If you remember, I covered Gears of War 2 in its entirety when it was a new release. It was one of the earlier games I covered. Did I pay my own tuition for college? Yes, it was a combination of partial scholarship that I received and me working my ass off. I had a full-time job while I was in college.
He was tossing salad at the mall.
I was working at Circuit City, and I was making big money, and that money was going towards my tuition. Then after that, where else did I work? Geez, I worked a few different places when I was in college. Man, it's hard to remember. First I was still working the fast food place. Then I was working at Circuit City for over a year. It was like a year and a half I worked at Circuit City during college. I had a third job.
The fast food place was him tossing salad.
Ah, but what was it? Can't remember. I also worked an unpaid internship when I was in college that went absolutely nowhere. It was a complete waste of my time. So I put myself through college for the portion that I had to pay. I did have a partial scholarship based on my academics and my merit, but then I did pay for most of it, or the rest of it myself, okay? Yes, I went to wild college parties, my own. I ran them, but that's for another day. We're not going to talk about college partying today, sorry.
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
If Clair Obscur was made by an Italian studio, would I have given it a better score? Yes, because we all know that the French, sadly, you know, those wine swilling, cheese guzzling, armpit smelling, striped shirt wearing, beret wearing, mime invisible box pushing, croissant stuffing, French bread munching, marvelous people. They deserve all the credit in the world. I don't know what you're talking about. How dare you say something negative about the French?
Oh, we got 51 likes on the stream. Fantastic stuff indeed. At least, you know, Phil's racism towards the French aside. We have another free space. It's our third free space on the game.
Member bomb.
My biggest fans are idiots.
And we have another free space because Sonny has got 5 members to the channel. Fantastic stuff indeed. I think we're one away from a full house in that regard. So thank you for Sonny for gifting 5 members. Congratulations to the following people for getting a membership. Congratulations to Depression Side Phil, Native Mamba, Midgard Metals, Dissension, and Bland Polka. So big ups to you guys for getting a membership. Make sure you thank Sonny for giving you a membership, of course, and also thank you, Sonny, for giving us 5 members as well on a free space towards bingo cards. So I'm pretty sure we're one away now from a full house. We've got a free space for the begs, sips, likes, and the memberships, which means we're left with 1 to go.
How could you? What a horrible thing to say. Wow, why would you say that? Yeah. Really? Couple Barack Obama says The Last of Us TV series has lost 48% of its audience. You were right, the show is going to flop. Now, when you say that, are you saying that's season 2 lost 48% of the audience of season 1? Is that what you're saying? I wouldn't be shocked. And then they already announced season 3, but I bet season 3 will be even worse. I'm telling you, season 1 worked because season 1 is a good story. Even though they fucked with it, it's still overall a good story. Season 2 is a bad story.
Move on. They just said fuck.
Burger.
Move on.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
And Abby Dozy.
Burger.
Full house. Oh boy, how exciting. Anyway,
we got the full house, which means we had 10 more buckaroos to that bingo prize fund. Now we're a $50 mark, so 53 buckaroos on the bingo prize fund and climbing. Good stuff indeed. So there we go. We've won bingo. Happy days indeed. Is there anything interesting to, between now, or is there anything good to go over on Phil's stream before he starts his gameplay, or is it just the same old? Is just a begging before he ends it? Is there anything good? I don't want to bail and in case we miss something good that happened that we've not seen yet. You know what I'm saying? So for the people that have seen the future, there are a couple of future seers in the chats right now. My apologies, the same old stuff. In that regard, I'll check out the live DSP and see how he's doing. This is raw Phil with the music. Good stuff. I love this tune, by the way. Ode to Joy. Ode to Joy is one of the best tunes ever, in my opinion. But as you can see from the top here, Ian with his top membership thing. Top super chat was Lynn Pines. Top celebrate. Well, it was somebody anonymous pretending to be Ian, apparently. $50. A random anonymous $50 tip. So Phil is currently sitting on 100. So before gameplays began, Phil's on $104. Hooray for him, I guess. That's enough of that. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up right there, guys. But thank you very much for joining me for some bingo antics for today. Shockingly, there's no bingo tomorrow. It's out of my control. Phil's not going to be here. There's no podcast tomorrow from Phil. He's going to be late for reasons undisclosed. So because there's no podcast tomorrow, there could be no bingo. There's nothing I can do about that. So I guess we're going to have a day off from bingo. I do apologise for that. But it is what it is. Nothing I can do. Bugged bingo mechanics and all that jazz. So yeah, I guess we have a day off. So yeah, but hey, maybe I'll do as good, you know, a little day off. An unexpected day off can do the soul some good, you know. I wouldn't mind having a little mini detox from Phil before I get back to it on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, you know, from him being back to his usual bullshit antics, not jazz. So there we go. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up there, as I said. I'm going to end with, always end with, notorious PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. So guys, thank you very much for joining us on DSP Bingo Antics. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you enjoy a little mini detox stuff from Phil tomorrow, you know what I mean? Or if you, I mean, Phil will be streaming at some point tomorrow, but I won't be covering it, that's what I'm sure. Not sure when he's even going to be there, you know. All I know is that he's not doing his podcast, and he might be doing his marathon if he gets all his goals hit, so I guess that'll be fun to go over on Wednesday, should Phil manage to do his marathon tomorrow as he desires. So yeah, I guess I'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up there. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Monday and enjoy your Tuesday as well. See you all on Wednesday, but until then, goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.